just turn this down here. There we go. How's it going, everybody? Happy... What day is it today? Is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday evening. It's so great to see you all here. What's going on? What's going on? I just wanted to chat. I just felt like chatting. I was in a really good mood after today's little video that dropped. So I'm just in a good mood. Just want to talk Nancy Drew. And eventually, I do want to... I've got Discord open, so I want to bring people in. So if people want to have a Discord chat, and like I'll do one-on-one Discord chats this time rather than a whole group one. Because the group one was good, but it kind of didn't... It was harder to control who was going to talk when. So just doing one-on-one stuff I think is a lot easier. So we'll do that tonight. If anyone wants to talk about Nancy Drew for a few minutes, feel free to just add me on Discord and I'll get to that in a little bit. It's a few things that I want to go over tonight. The first thing, it's mail time. I got a package in the mail today. I'm tangling up my headphones. I got a package in the mail today, guys. I'm super excited. This is something I've been waiting about a month for. So let's open it up and see what's inside. There it is. This. Brilliant. Oh, guys, you ready for this? This is a t-shirt that you can buy on my Teespring store right now. There she be. It's very... The light's very bright. It's hard to see, but the text is actually yellow and the shirt is actually dark blue. You can't quite tell. And then we've got that on the back of the shirt, which is alright. I'm stoked about that. That's awesome. I might have to put that on. Just give me like one quick second. We're gonna go to... We're gonna go to this one. We'll just give me 1 second. Hold on. Oh, it stinks. Oh god, are we not live streaming? Oh no. Hold on. Computer is not receiving enough video to maintain quiet. Are we good? Is the live stream still going, or is it just dead? About to find out. Look at that! That's sick! That's awesome. That's so awesome. Hey Bethany, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn this down. You're here. It's back. Okay, good. I don't know what happened there, but it wasn't ideal. Anyways, yeah, this is the shirt you can buy in my Teespring store. And it's gonna go out of stock on Friday, so if you want it, Friday's your last day, and then it's gone, it's never coming back. So if you want this awesome shirt, yeah. Liv, welcome to the stream. Gabrielle, welcome to the stream. It's so great to have you guys here. How's it going? How's everyone doing today? So yeah, that was the first thing I wanted to mention. The second thing I wanted to mention is that Her Interactive put out a new video today. And it's great. So we're gonna talk about that really quickly here. We're gonna talk about that. It's on... Which one am I going to? This one? The other thing too is this is now gold! It's gold! Oh my word, it's gold! It's the first time it's been gold ever. So the magnifying glass is now gold. Where... It's not telling me how much I'm zoomed in. Oh, that's annoying. Let's watch this video really quickly here. Can I... Is it possible to make this full screen? Because if not, then I'm just going to open it through here. Because there's magnifying glasses. It's coming back. It's great. The magnifying glass changed today, Professor Hotchkiss. So yeah, I'm super excited because, and I said this to one of the Her Interactive members. I said it's a small thing, but it's really important to me. It's really important to me that the magnifying glass and the cursors have a style. Because what Midnight in Salem didn't do was give them a style. It was all just white and it was boring. Thanks, Alyssa. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. And this shows off all the previous renditions of the magnifying glass. Except for Midnight in Salem, which is kind of funny. And they showed this one, and this one, and this one. And this one we haven't seen yet. So this one, either we'll see in-game, or it could be a concept render, or it is just a stock image. I don't know. I do not know, right? But then they showed this, and I'll tell you what, I nearly screamed and like started crying, and I was like, what? Because the cursor, the magnifying glass, has a style, it's got color, it looks amazing. People were complaining about the fact that it's pointing left and not right, but here's the thing, it says down here, not actual gameplay. So my thinking is that it's not actually going to look like this in-game, but we'll have to just wait and see. I'm not too sure how it's going to look. So, I don't know. And then, it glows red! And then this, they kind of give you a little example of the coffee puzzle here. So, it looks like the coffee cup goes invisible, and you can... I can't... Oh, is this a design you can do? Like, and then you have to fill in the design? Is that how that works? Because that's kind of cool. It's like the katakana puzzle from Shadow of the Water's Edge. Because this actually looks pretty good. You watch this thing move, the little steam milk thing. Right? It's alright. It's not too bad. I think it's pretty sweet. Better than not having any character. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. Amy C, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the angle of the cursor. I don't think it'll stay like that. I think it'll be fine. But anyways, this video was also the 33rd post from Her Interactive on Instagram. You can see this if I just pop over to here, 33 posts. So what's gonna be post number 34? Most may ask, and I was asking until about 20 minutes ago, when I might have found out. So, on the Her Interactive website, there's this lovely little thing called the Amateur Sleuth blog. And on that blog, if I can actually pull it up here, were a bunch of pictures. And all those pictures had special names. And all those names spell out post 34, and there's quotes, and the missing words of the quote spell out contest away. Are we getting a contest for post number 34? Is that a thing that's happening? What's the contest gonna be? What's gonna happen? Is this... What are your thoughts? What do we think about this? Because Indy, she threw a little birthday party. Birthday party? Was it a birthday party? Victoria's party? Yeah, she quoting a song there. So is that what's gonna happen? I've been internet sleuthing again, absolutely. Will the contest be open to Canadians? I honestly don't know. I hope so. I don't know what the contest is. All I know is that post 34 contest away is written in all these. And so if you look at this, so this one says P, that one says O, S, T, 34. So post 34. What, he's an ex-con, but con is missing, so you take the word con, I know. My battered bow up to the test is missing, and they know what they can get away with, and away is missing. Prefer a release date to a contest. No, I know what you mean. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. And I don't think they're ready to share the release date yet. But I think... Has to be Hoshka's TRT related, right? Exactly, yeah. So I don't know what the contest is going to be. For those that are just getting here, it sounds like we're getting a contest for post 34 just by looking at the naming conventions for all of these images on the latest Amateur Sleuth blog. Which you guys can go read on the Her Interactive website. So I'm just curious what the contest is going to be. And little 1K, if you got a thought, I'm ready to hear your thought, man. You're fine with it, with not getting a release date if they're not ready for it. Yeah, I think if they're not ready for it, social puzzle. Oh, this just links to the puzzle. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I think if they're not ready to... Indies Indie Party. Okay, yeah. Hold on, what is this file called? A workshop on tornado preparedness. Wait, oh, I missed a quote here. What's the... Gotta... what's the... what's the missing word? Because this is the missing thing. This is the last bit of the quote. Or of this. So what am I missing? Whoops. Gotta blank a workshop. What's the quote that I'm missing here? Gotta finish? No. Create? Is it create? Gotta create? So are we gonna be making something? Contest, create away? Or make? Gotta give a workshop. Is it give? Oh my word, are we gonna have a giveaway? Is that what's gonna happen? Are they gonna give away a copy of the game? Is it give? Contest giveaway? So this should actually be up here. Whoops. I can't use my keyboard. Is this it? Contest giveaway? Is that it? Is that what's gonna happen? Are we gonna have a giveaway for post 34? Is it gonna be like an ND34 prize pack? Because that'd be sick, man. Guys, what's going on? That's hype. I don't even know why I didn't click on this one. But it makes sense. That's awesome. Josh, welcome to the stream. We have not gotten a newsletter yet. And we've got 3 days left of June. And there's still been no newsletter. So are they going to announce on the 30th? Are they going to announce the giveaway and contest and stuff? Or are they two separate things? I don't know. I don't know, guys. That's nuts. Anyway, she also mentioned, I just want to point this out because I just want to be that way. She mentions this magnifying glass. She didn't know, which games her interactive included them in. I don't know what they included. I think it was like the final scene and Treasure in the Royal Tower, but I got mine. Here, I'll just do this. I got mine with a copy of The Secret of the Scarlet Hand, what do you call it? Strategy guide. Let's see if it'll actually focus here or not. Probably not. And then a little jewel case of Haunted Mansion and Stay Tuned for Danger. But the post 34 correlation is much too strong. I know. I'm just worried that if they do end up doing something pretty, like a contest. Oh, hey, Kalina. You just missed. We found out what the next post is going to be. Post 34 is going to be a contest or giveaway or both or something. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? How's your day been? And I got a sick shirt in the mail too. It's awesome. I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, so July 7th. I don't know what's going to happen on July 7th, if anything. I would assume they would put something up on July 7th, because that's next week. And 7-7, Mystery of the Seven Keys, it just kind of... Anyways, oh, but didn't Little One Cave say something that... You said question or something? Or thought? Do you have a thought? Oh, and just giveaway, contest giveaway. Anyways. Oh, Kalina, are you not feeling well? Welcome. Well, I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Yeah, I'm so curious. What if the contest is announced tomorrow? It could do. It could be. And yeah, it could be like you've got a week to do it. Got pizza, played Hogwarts, Stardew Valley, worked on jam cookies for your shop. I hope the pizza was amazing with your kids. That sounded awesome. Yeah, and I had Stardew Valley on when I was cleaning Lego, which was great. But yeah, I'm glad. And working on the jam cookies. Well, I hope that... Sweet, that's awesome. Result for the contest winners picked on 7-7. It's very possible. It's very possible, Hotchkiss. Yeah. Playing over an hour of a game, you get motion sticks, so kind of sick. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it for sure. But yeah, so I think this is it. I think we're getting... Post 34 is going to be a contest giveaway. So we're going to... I don't know what we're going to have to do. But something. Anyways, that's sweet. That's super exciting. I'm super hyped about that. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else. So if anyone wants to pop into a Discord or into Discord, hold on one second. What is going on here? I will be inviting people to a just a one-on-one voice chats. If anyone wants to just chat and do stuff, just shoot me a message on Discord. I probably should say this actually. If you're hold on, how do I do? We'll just do this. think it's this one. So I'm not sure when you're adding people on Discord now, they've got rid of the numbers, like those numbers there. So I'm not sure if you have to add those, but just add me on Discord and then we can just do a little one-on-one chat for a few minutes. Probably 5 to 10 minutes per person. Yeah, so Kalina, so her interactive, they changed the, the magnifying glass icon to a gold icon today, which was great. They uploaded the video, I think, what you saw about the magnifying glass. And then Indy made a new post today, Amateur Sleuth blog post. And all these images were titled special titles. So this one has the letter P, this one has the letter O, S, T, 34, so post 34. And these are all quotes with missing words or like sections of words. I guess words. And all those words put together. So what? He's an ex-con. Con is gone. I know. And then my batter bow up to the test. Got a blank give a workshop on tornado preparedness. And they know what they can get blank away with. And so all these together, contest giveaway, post 34. I think that is what is going down. So yeah. Liv, you out of the numbers and it worked perfect. Okay, yeah. Well, let's get some people in here. Boom. Yeah, but if anyone wants to be in a voice chat, DM me on Discord, and then I'll bring you in. First one to do it gets the first chat. Yeah, I'm so curious what kind of contest it'll be. If it's gonna be like, oh, I'm so curious. Oh, would you possibly mention the ND? Yeah. Oh yeah, Sleuthy Teacher has a. Was it you that made it? An ND ranked survey that's happening in multiple Discords. If you go to my Discord, if you go to, I think the ND34 Discord, I think that it's in there as well. But there's a whole survey. Like there's like 3 separate links to the survey that you can go and just like fill stuff in and rank all the games with a very detailed, what do you call it? Very detailed like ranking system. And it's pretty complex, actually. So if you guys want to go fill that out, I think there's 3 links. I think there's 3 links for it. But yeah. You did make it. Okay, perfect. Oh, so Charity's here. Welcome to the stream, Charity. So I think we found out what the 34th Nancy Drew or her interactive post is going to be. I think it's going to be a contest and a giveaway. So I don't know when they're gonna like officially make the announcement, but I think that's what it's gonna be. No problem, Kalina. Okay, so we got our first person. We got HBC Man. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Let's do this. Start voice call. Also known as Little One Cave. How's it going, mate?
Hello?
How you doing?
Hey!
Great.
Hold on. Let me fix my... Let me make sure...
Oh, you're good, mate. Just gonna skip this.
Because I have it connected to my earbuds, I think.
Can you... Are you able to hear me? I can hear you fine. You sound all right.
Fine?
Yeah, you sound good.
I'll just put it up to my ear.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, can you not hear me very well?
No. So like I was watching the video, I had my earbuds in.
Yeah.
And they're like Bluetooth. So that's how I was watching the video. But when I got the call, it didn't connect to my earbuds. so I'll just call old school style, just up to my ear.
That is fantastic. Oh, brilliant. Well, great to chat with you, man. Thanks for popping in.
It's great.
Yeah. How you feeling about all this stuff? What are your thoughts?
Well, funny enough, I found out about this video, like less than an hour ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, I just popped in on Discord just to see like, if there was any updates of anything.
Yeah.
And someone mentioned like, about the video and the magnifying glass.
Right.
And I was like, wait, what? Where's this video? and then I just went to like the social media, so I was like, oh, how did I not get this?
Oh, that's incredible.
But then I was able to watch the video, and I saw the magnifying glass stuff, and it was super cool. It was great. It was great. There's a great, just like you said, it's like the big thing about the Nancy Drew games is their sense of atmosphere, and I think that it's the little things that make up the biggest differences.
Totally, all the little details.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's something, and UI is something that's very important to. It's a delicate balance between being clear and being appealing, and it's like its own thing to like study and get right. So I'm glad that they're going a little bit more towards that stylistic approach.
I think it's great because I am still to this day very disappointed in the user interface for Midnight in Salem, because to me there was just simply no character. It was hard to like know which icon or which little icons were which inventory objects. It was hard to get like any sense of excitement about using the interface, right? And so, you know, when your cursors are bland, like, I mean, Windows cursors on their own are pretty bland, but they're expected to be bland. But I remember as a kid, on Windows, I don't even know which one it was. I had the opportunity to change my cursor to like a little like lightsaber looking thing. I don't know what it was. It was awesome though. And if anyone in chat knows what I'm talking about, just let me know. But I was like, that's the coolest thing. And like, ever since then, I've had this like weird like love for cursors, and obviously the Nancy Drew games really helped with that. And yeah, to me, it's just like, oh my goodness, they listened, they added color, and I want to I want to use the interface or use the cursors now, right? See, yeah, you know, Johanna knows what I'm talking about, and Charity.
It makes me very interested to see like what the inventory is going to look like. Dude. What are the notes going to look like?
Totally.
What's all of that going to look like?
I am so curious. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be one of the most interesting reveals. And it was kind of seen in that one video where they showed off the coffee puzzle, because there's like all the iterations they had, and you could, like, kind of see, and it was I thought it looked pretty good. So I'm curious if they're going to go with a style similar to games 26 to 32, but with a bit of like 10 to 15 mixed in there color wise. I'm so curious.
Ooh,
right?
That would be a cool idea.
Oh yeah.
But one of the things that like got me really excited was the camera feature. Funny enough, because
yes,
if they are going to keep the navigation style of Midnight in Salem, that makes me it like the way the camera is used, because in the prior
you've cut out there, bud.
You can move. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's all good. A
random alarm went off.
That's all good, man.
But you had a flat screen to work with, and you can move the camera around on that flat screen. Whereas if you were to do it the Unity style with that full 360 by 360 rotation, then you can take a picture in any direction.
Totally.
And that's exciting to me.
With a 10 times zoom. It's brilliant.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to tell you the thought I had. And
I
already posted it in the chat, but I want to tell you my thoughts.
I want to hear it.
So we just got a reveal that focused on the magnifying glass.
Yeah.
And we are getting news of a potential contest coming up.
Right.
But so one of the big theories in the Nancy Drew game community is what Nancy put inside of the time capsule in Alibi and Ashes. And a lot of people thought that it was going to be a magnifying glass. And there was also a contest in that game. What if the contest is like one of those hunt? Oh my word! Alibi and Ashes.
That is a genius thought. That's a genius thought. I love that.
And all of all of these puzzles that we've been working on throughout this entire time was just the warm up.
Oh my word. It's gonna stress me out. I'm just gonna say, if they do post on Friday, thank God I've got that day off. That's about it.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
Oh my word. Like, to me, it's just, that is if it is something like that, that is something I do not want to be missing out on, like, at all. So yeah. Oh, that's a genius thought. Yeah, so like Sneak just says, we've been doing a clues challenge for the last few months. Exactly.
Clues challenge, that's right.
That's my word. Yeah,
that's what it's called.
Oh, I love that idea so much. Brigella's in chat. Brigella, welcome to the stream. How's it going? How's your day been? Sorry to intrude. You are always welcome here, my friend. Great to have
Brigella.
you here. Oh, that is fantastic.
Great to have you here.
Clean just says, think about being a rogue player and how you can take wacky pics in this game. Oh, man. I just love the idea of, like, taking photos in a 3D space. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because then, like, with the zoom, because the 10 times zoom, as they showed off, was really powerful. And they were zooming in from a very far distance up to the cathedral. I'm just like, man, that's awesome. Can we just, like, use it as, like, binoculars and zoom in on somebody doing something really... Oh, my word. Okay, here's a thought I just had. So imagine, like, you're in the game, and it's like Hitman, where depending on... Oh, God, like, let's say there's going to be, like, scripted events where you can play the game multiple times and view different clues at different points in time, but you could also be like, oh, I don't know how to explain this. Like, okay, I'm going to use Hitman as an example here. So in Hitman, you can, it's an assassination game for people that don't know. You can go in and it's kind of like you're supposed to kill these people, but you can do it in any order you want. And depending on where you are, there could be like a fashion show going on, and you could be part of the fashion show and then still like leave and then go and, you know, hit your target. So if this game is anything like that, where you can play it no matter how you play it, there's going to be like set in time, in a timeline, all these events, and you can kind of go and view these events. Oh, I don't even know how to properly describe it, but it makes sense in my head.
I think I get it. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like, I mean, obviously it probably won't be as robust as it does in Hitman, but the idea of sort of like these I think they're called like sim RPG elements, where like you have like some sort of control over the world around you, and you can experiment with it in different ways and get interesting results out of it.
Totally.
Like I don't know if it's going to be that robust. We don't know what the gameplay is going to be like. But that is a cool idea. Even if it had like a simple version of that, that would still be very cool for a Nancy Drew.
Because I just love the idea that like Oscar could be talking to somebody that you could like listen in on, but there's also the opportunity to spy on Elka doing something, and you got to make the choice of which one you're going to do, and it's not going to affect the game which one you go with, but then you can replay it, and then you can start off with Oscar, replay the game, and go back and watch Elka. Like they just like, it's so cool. Like you would have,
and that's one of the things I love so much about most of the Nancy Drew games is that there are elements of the mystery that you can miss.
Totally.
And that replaying it, you get a bigger understanding, like the Big Bunny thing in Scarlet Hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the hair growth in Curse of Blackmore Manor.
Oh yes,
just little tiny things that or the newspaper in Trail of a Twister regarding Ma.
Right, of course.
Just little tiny things that you could miss, but you're rewarded with your thoroughness and your investigation abilities by being given so much information out of it.
And that's what I'm hoping will happen, is like this super like Fluffy Monkey M just said, like good replay value. I want the ability to go back and know that the next time I play, there's gonna be something different that I've missed and some other new opportunity to go and explore. I love the idea of that, and from what I've seen, I'm not sure if they'll offer it in this game, but I think it's something like a potential that they could either pursue in the future or could start to explore with this game if they've already done that.
Even if it's not for this game, it's something that they could probably implement in the future in a future game.
Totally.
But yeah, if it does do that, then it would be borrowing from some of the best NSA Drew games.
I fully
honestly.
agree. Oh, totally.
But yeah, what was I else about to say? Oh, one other thing about the Unity engine that I'm super excited about is what the puzzles are going to be like. Because
Brilliant.
one of the
Here's your
biggest
share of the
disappointments
tips.
for me for Midnight in Salem
Yeah.
was like, okay, so you're going to transfer to this brand new engine. What is going to be the justification for this new engine?
Right, of course, yeah.
I really wanted the opportunity to have a lot more puzzles that incorporated 3D. And there weren't many puzzles in Midnight in Salem, sadly.
Right.
But there were a couple of them that showed potential with this 3D idea. One was the dodecahedron puzzle.
Yes.
Which was
so complex.
Very, very complex,
Yeah.
but very well done. And you could not pull that off in the original engine.
Totally.
You cannot. But the other thing was, and I don't know why it didn't do it in many other areas of the game, but at the very beginning, when you can actually like manipulate the key that you get inside of the castle.
Oh, I know.
It was very much the Room-esque.
Yeah, totally was the Room.
I want more things like that. Again, that's something that'd be very tricky to pull off with the original engine.
Yeah.
Things like that will make the Unity engine transition worth it
and justifiable. 100%.
Exactly.
Oh, I just love the thought of it.
I hope that more 3D puzzles come about, kind of like those it'd be cool if you had like one of those like shadow puzzles from like Resident Evil 7, I think, where you had to like rotate a 3D shape.
Oh yeah,
that looks random and abstract, and then get a shadow of something very specific out of it.
Yes.
Imagine something like that.
Oh, that I love the thought of that so much.
Yeah, or even like a version of like those. So you like in Secret of the Old Clock and what else? Like those light mirror puzzles.
Right. Yes, the reflection
it was also
puzzles.
in Ransom of the Sun Ships. Something like that done within a 3D space could be very cool as well.
Totally. Oh, I totally agree.
Just like, oh man.
Well, that's why, I can't wait to see what they do with this next one. So, I think there's so much opportunity, and with ND35, I think it can just go even further. Absolutely. Did you get cut off there again? I think he might have. He's still there, bud? Okay, while I'm waiting here, Nicholas Anderson, or Andron, sorry, they are making another game. It's Nancy Drew number 34, Mystery of the Seven Keys, and it's coming out soon. I'm not sure when. They haven't given us a proper release date yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll be either by the end of this year or within the first quarter of next year. But that's just my guessing. I've got no solid clue. Little 1K, you still there, bud? Okay, I might end the call with him, move on to the next person here. But anyways, Little 1K, thank you so much for popping in, and I really appreciate your thoughts and your excitement. It's super, super exciting. I really appreciate it so much. So thank you so much for joining, and I'm gonna bring in the next person. Who is becoming more of a common face, and a face that I enjoy to converse with. So here we go. Welcome everybody. Welcome Ricky to the voice chat, or ND Crafts as a lot of people know her. Welcome to the stream. How's it going?
Oh.
How you doing?
I am doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is awesome. This is the first time I ever got to chat with you, so this is great.
Actually, I've already chatted with you a long time ago when all of this first started. My YouTube name was actually Ladybug Charlotte.
Oh my word!
So, that one question that I asked was
Wow.
all the way back in April.
Oh my
Is
word.
actually what launched me into everything that I'm doing now.
That is amazing. How did I not know that? That's incredible.
Yeah, I changed the whole name, and
Yeah.
so yeah.
Oh, my word,
That was
wow.
actually the first time that I actually spoke on YouTube at all to anybody.
Wow.
Through live chat or anything. And you picked my question for you and Kalina's chat, and I don't know, I just brought up confidence, and now all of a sudden I'm streaming and hoping to open a shop soon. So
That's so great.
It's been wild.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So-
now you're like streaming and everything. It's a whole thing. That's so awesome. Oh, I cannot
Yeah,
believe Ladybug
yeah.
Charlotte, of course. Oh my word, that's
So-
incredible. Wow. Okay, well, great. That is awesome. Well, welcome. Great to chat with you. Where are you kind of sitting with all this? Do you feel like you're gaining confidence in the game and in Her Interactive and what it's setting out to be?
Absolutely, yeah. Sadly, when Midnight in Salem happened, I didn't get to play the game for very much because my computer couldn't take it, and
Right.
so I kind of felt like I lost a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
At least in me playing, and I think all of this has definitely amped up my enthusiasm and my
Excellent.
hope for Her Interactive, and I definitely am more supportive now, and I can being able to see other people talk about Midnight in Salem and the new game. I definitely oh, you know what, I've gained a lot of perspective, and I have a lot of hope for them, and it just seems like they're really trying to pull together all the fans, and
Yeah.
I feel like that has just been a huge help to everyone, and even for the company itself to do all of this. And so I'm super excited. I think it's going to be great. I do think it's going to be an improvement from Midnight in Salem, and then from then on there, I definitely think that they're just going to get better and better.
Oh,
So,
for sure. Yeah, I think, and I've said this several times before, but I think Midnight in Salem it was a great groundwork for what they wanted to do, and I think Mystery of the Seven Keys is going to be showing to the fans what they can do and what they want to do and what they are going to be doing and more moving forward. And yeah, I think that's great. I'm so glad that you're excited about it. Out of all the stuff, because we had a lot of news, a lot of clues, a lot of puzzles, everything from April 1st up until now, out of everything that's dropped and been released, what is the one thing that, or is there one thing that has really stood out to you and really given you so much excitement and hope out of everything?
wow.
That's a loaded. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry to really throw you under the bus there, but
No, it's all good. I would say that the one thing that stood out, and this is something that kind of carries across everything that they've done, is that they've worked so hard to show in the puzzles, in the chats, in just joining at different streams and being able to do all of that, just showing a huge connection to the fans, because I feel like after Midnight in Salem there was this huge valley between the fans and Her Interactive.
totally.
And they through everything they've shown, we're watching, we're listening, and we definitely appreciate our fans, and we want to show you how much we appreciate you by listening to all the feedback and being able to just really engage in that way. And I think the engagement with the fans just made them feel more connected.
Yeah.
And that has made a huge difference in how people have responded. So, yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, no, I think for them to really, get into the fandom and listen to the fans and take their thoughts into consideration. And I've seen this, they've shaped their marketing path to kind of go along with what the fans have been doing and enjoying, and commenting on, and it's been really neat. And even having Brigella here tonight, I think she's working and super busy. It's just great. Like, just having that interaction with the community is so awesome, and it improves the mood of the fandom, like, big time. To have that kind of communication, even though like they're obviously admitting that there's a lot of things they can't say because of NDAs, but we're at least hearing from them. We're having some kind of communication, some kind of dialogue that we can understand, and it's a bit of a reassurance, right? So
yeah. And just the fact that even if they just left it at like, we're working hard, which is a lot of what we're seeing from them, is like, we're working hard. Like, even if like they couldn't give us that much because of NDA, because who knows like when the actual release date is, but because of all of that, like, just the fact that they're like giving us these hints and saying like, we are working on it. And like the magnifying glass was a huge thing.
Oh yeah.
I think because like it just was one of the things that a lot of people said about Midnight in Salem, and it was just like, here, we gave it, we got it back, and
totally.
look at this new design that we have for it, and it's just kind of like getting back to it. And I think it also shows how like Midnight in Salem it's not that they were going in a completely different direction in the sense of leaving everything that they had behind, but more like they're just getting used to this system.
Yes.
And this is showing that they're like, we're getting used to it now, and it's going to be good. And so I think that's the message that I've gotten from them.
Totally.
Without it being super like, this is what we're doing, So.
Oh, for sure. No, but like, even just having, because I know when Midnight in Salem was coming out, Her Interactive couldn't say anything, but what they did say was very corporate, and it was very copy and paste, and there wasn't really much that was like unique about it, right? But then just to have Brigella and Indy and Rue and all of them just really say, be much more friendly and like come down to our level or bring us up to their level, whatever works for you. But it is huge. It's huge. That's all it is, and it's super exciting, and I'm super grateful to them for that. But
they're definitely bringing up the hype on it.
Yes.
So I think they've done a fantastic job, and I really give my kudos to all of the people, Brigella and Indy and Rue, and just everyone just doing a fantastic job. I know that it's a lot of work on their part, and so I just like knowing how hard they are working, like, even when they don't have that much material that they can give us.
Right.
It's been incredible, and the puzzles is just a great way of like, I'm just reminded of people saying like all the like complaining about the puzzles in mid, and just having all of these puzzles. I'm like, I think we might have a pretty good few puzzles in the next game.
At least one or two. I think so. Yeah. No, I'm super excited. Totally.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I do have to go because
yes.
I'm technically supposed to be streaming right now. But I think brilliant. I'll push it to like 8:30.
Okay, brilliant. Well, everyone go and subscribe to ND Crafts. They're about to go live. And Ricky, thank you so much for joining and giving your thoughts and opinions. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, too.
Of course. Have a great stream.
Bye.
See ya. Well, great. So that was Ricky, everybody. ND Crafts, again, thank you so much for joining. Ricky, that was great to have you. To anybody that wants to join in a one-on-one voice chat, I'm just going to pop to this screen again. My Discord username right down here, Hugh Miller, hashtag 9769. I've got the next person who is... LOL. I can't do this. I'm just going to do that. The next person who wants to pop in, I am going to shoot them a message. Also, thank you so much, Andrew, for the donation. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge it right away, but thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That was very kind of you. Thank you so much. I got Andrew and Susie and Kalina would love to, but cannot right now. No problem. If you can later, then let me know. Jordan, you and Danny would, but you're eating dinner. No problem at all. It's just stream mode enabled. Exactly. Yeah, I know. That was a nice little save there. All right, we're gonna bring the next person in. This is the one, the only, Professor Hotchkiss. How's it going tonight? I'm not sure if I can hear you or if you're talking.
Ahoy, hoy.
Oh.
Well, I'm alive, and I'm sort of freaking out because,
This is great.
conversations.
No, you're great. It'll be all right. It's chill. It's just you and I. Everyone else is there watching, but you don't see them, so it's okay. It's great. How are you doing?
All right. Audio-wise, I'm having a hard time hearing things without an echo.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Alrighty.
Great to have you. How's it going?
I'm alive. So there's that.
I'll take that's a good thing.
It tends to be.
Yeah?
I mean, if I'm not alive, then... I'd be in a great place, but I wouldn't be here with the ND community, so there's that.
That's fair, yeah. Well, that's great. I'm glad you're alive, and I'm glad you're here. Because so the first time that I interacted with you, and most people don't know this story, you followed me
Brilliant.
on Instagram.
Here's your share of the tips.
Oh, Julia, thanks so much for the donation. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Hotchkiss followed me on Instagram, and I was like, oh my word, Professor Hotchkiss followed me. And then you responded to my story about it, and there was something about the phrasing that I was just like, is this Indy? Because I know that Indy loves Royal Tower and loves Hotchkiss. I'm just like, it's just too good to not be Indy. And turns out it wasn't, which is all right. But I'm
flattered. I mean, that's quite an honor.
I had to laugh. It was a really funny little first interaction. But anyways, Nancy Drew number 34, being the history nut that you are, Miss Hotchkiss.
Yes.
What do you think about the historical, what's the word I'm looking for? Importance, I guess, to the mystery? Because we are, based on what we found in that little plaque in the museum that was, for one frame, unblurred, about, I had the name in my head the other day, but it was like the knight who was like locked in the jail cell or something. I don't know what it was. Having a real historical moment like that brought into the game, as we've had with other games, what are your thoughts on it, and how do you think it will be implemented into the game's mystery?
All right, so that specific blurb I actually missed out entirely upon.
Oh, did you?
So that, yes, I will have to look into that. I'm actually
Yeah.
starting to Google right now like a
For
fiend.
sure.
But honestly, I love the fact that the games have so much history and fact involved. I don't know if you've seen, I think it's One Room Schoolhouse's video, what it would be like to be an ND parent. And it's like, oh, my child says, hey, I've got a project, like a history project. What is it on? Egyptian deities, 1930, that year specifically. And she goes through the list, and then the kid's like, dinosaurs. She's like, sorry, can't help you there.
Oh, that is so funny. No, I haven't seen it.
is-
You have to send it to me. That's brilliant.
It is phenomenal. I will send it to you after the stream. I
Totally.
just adore it. But
Oh, that's
the
hilarious.
history aspect of the games is part of the reason why they are so immersive.
Mhm.
You are learning something, but it doesn't feel like you're being thrown facts and you're not getting to enjoy it.
For sure.
Yes, the Prague is actually my heritage is mostly German, but I have a
Okay.
hint of Czech in there somewhere. Yes,
Really?
my parents are from Germany, so like first generation American here, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
Fair enough.
Which means that I'm going to be going to the land of my people
That
with
is
this game,
so
and I'm
awesome.
very excited.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I desperately hope for better accents than we got in Captive Curse.
Yeah. That's fair.
Renata's was beautiful, and Lucas actually had a really, really good accent. And then, of course, Marcus's accent was... I love Marcus. He is my absolute favorite character from all of the games. Please do not tell Professor Hotchkiss, because
No, I
I think
won't.
she would be upset
You're
to
good.
know
That's
that
all.
she's not my absolute favorite.
The secret's safe between us.
Bless. Thank you.
Oh,
Um,
that's fantastic.
But to be able to explore cathedrals and historic buildings and learn maybe a bit behind the cafe, if there is any history to that location, that would be really intriguing. One thing I really liked about Mid was the book aspect. When you got to go into the Salem Museum. I don't think we had a lot of books to look through, but that is something I'm obsessive about when I play the games, and it's to the point where I only do it when I play it by myself. I read through every word of every book, even if I've read it before.
Wow,
yes.
That's amazing.
Very few friends or family members actually tolerate it.
Oh my
I
word.
tend to try to skip through or do it on my own time.
Yeah.
But the reading through books, I seriously hope we get more of that in this game.
I'm sure we will. I mean, like the fact that we'll be in a museum and there's tons of books in the cafe, I'm sure there's going to be an opportunity or 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know, to get more background knowledge on Prague and potentially what, like let's say it is about the Bohemian crown jewels as people have been suspecting. I'm sure we'll get like a history on that, whether it's a verbal one from someone or in a book or like a news article or something. Yeah, I think that's awesome. That's really cool. Wow, reading
also
every
some
word.
Easter egg books. I'm a bibliophile. I think it tracks branding wise. Liv will tell you that my spelling mistakes deny the fact that I read a lot, but hey, I'm too fast to type and spell check myself. So.
That is awesome. Anyways, you were just saying something about an Easter egg that I cut you off, and I'm sorry about that.
I would love Easter eggs of books on the shelves from previous games, like they did with Secret Can Kill Remastered and pretty much every game, but the remastered library having pretty much every book up to that point in it. Who was streaming it recently? I think Susie was streaming it. And in her stream, she just went through the whole library, I believe. Yeah. And that was just, again, something I do, so I enjoyed watching somebody else do it on a stream.
Oh, that would be so great. If they did include past books, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing, too.
Yeah.
Who was it? Somebody pointed out that, or maybe it was Austria, but there's some sort of correlation between Marie Antoinette's past and Austria, and that I feel can have some correlation to Prague. You can very distantly draw all of the lines back and forth, so there could be a Marie Antoinette reference somewhere in there.
Interesting. I would love it even if it
was
just.
Don't quote me on that.
No, even if it was just like a little reference, like just a quote that Nancy says or something from somewhere in Royal Tower. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm curious. That's something that I really missed a lot in Midnight Salem, were the Easter eggs and throwbacks to past games. So.
Yes, the Easter eggs.
There weren't many, but I know there were a few that were in there, so I'm really hoping that they really amp that up for this game and future games, because that to me was really what made the games feel special, and it made the games feel like they were within the Nancy Drew universe, having all these references.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
And for me, having even just like the laptop that we saw in the tech store have the Krollmeister name on it, I was like, let's
Krollmeister.
go. Like, what a great, like, why wouldn't you include that? It's genius. Happy. Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, so great.
Oh, that lack of Easter eggs and interconnectivity between the realm of, I don't think there was even a Cocoa Kringle bar anywhere in the game in Midnight in Salem.
You know what? There were actually 2. You had to find them.
Were there?
They were in the kitchen of the Perry house.
Okay, that would be the best place to put them.
Yeah. But I think beyond that, I don't think there were any more hidden around. I could be wrong, but I think those are the only ones that were in the kitchen.
All right, I'm requesting an Easter egg hunt from Midnight in Salem video showing us where everything is, because I'm lost.
I think Kalina actually made one. I think if you go check out Kalina's channel, I think she's got a list of every Easter egg that was put in, or almost every Easter egg that was put into Midnight in Salem or something like that. Go check it out on her channel. I think it's on her website as well, but I'm not too sure. So that will probably be the best place to go and take a look.
Sounds good. And I did just confirm, Marie Antoinette was born in Habsburg and spent her childhood in Prague.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So, if we do not if we do not get some sort of tie-in with Professor Hotchkiss in this game because of that, even a remote slight reference to her or her Purple-Hearted Queen book,
Right?
I'm going to storm the gates of her interactive very politely, but I will insist, and I might threaten with chicken drums.
Oh, mate, that would be brilliant. I mean, there's going to be a lot of gates to storm because they're kind of spread out all over the country, but I would love to see you do that.
This is fair. With Indy there, I think she's a pretty good Hotchkiss fan, so she'll give Hotchkiss the limelight she deserves.
I think you'll have a good connection to throw a line to if you need help. I think that'll be perfect.
Maybe I should warn her. Indy, I might be coming to you with some requests, bequeaths, please.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. I'm sure she would love that. That's great. Oh my word. Well, Professor Hotchkiss, thank you so much for popping into the voice chat and sharing your thoughts and opinions. Great to have you here and great to finally chat with you over voice.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks so much. I'm going to move on to the next person here, but great
Sounds
to have
good.
you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream.
Will do. Take
Awesome.
care.
Thanks so much. We'll see you later. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Professor Hotchkiss, the one, the only Professor Hotchkiss. Thank you again for joining the chat. I'm going to see about bringing the next person in here. Just message them real quick. Perfect. Let's see what they say. Here it comes. Anyways, chat, how you guys doing? How's it going? What are your thoughts? What's everyone's thoughts and everything? Better make Hotchkiss a phone character? Oh, it'd be so great if she was a phone character. It'd be so awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is the one, the only Southern Sleuth, who is also the owner of the wonderful dog. I can hear you. Let's go. The wonderful dog named Lilo. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
I got Lilo right here with me, so I'm doing pretty good.
Fantastic. I'm going to interrupt this for one quick second because Squid is in chat. Welcome to the stream, Squid. We will definitely be streaming in like 30 minutes, so feel free to take as much time as you need. Anyways, do you want me to call you by Southern Sleuth or by your first name?
Either or.
All right, I'm going to call you Morgan because Southern Sleuth is a lot of syllables for my little mouth.
It is, isn't it?
So Morgan, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. How are you doing today?
We are doing good.
Sweet.
We were, me and the boyfriend were hanging out playing a game, and I realized your stream was on because my phone didn't notify me and hopped on immediately.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, great to have you here. So you've been keeping up with all the Nancy Drew news, I think, since day one, probably, right?
Oh, pretty much. I remember waking up about, I don't know, it was roughly 5 a.m. and just rolled over and picked my phone up and saw a random email from Her Interactive. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And opened it up and the chaos started and I jumped out of bed and raced to the website. And of course, there was nothing.
Oh, that's great. So out of everything that's happened so far, what has been a moment, a memory, and experience, whatever, that has really stood out to you and just really made this whole marketing experience super exciting?
Definitely I can't remember which puzzle it was, but the first time hopping on video chat with some of the people in the Instagram group chat and solving the puzzle together.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Do you know which puzzle it was?
And all the yelling and excitement. I'm trying to remember which one it was. We had you on in the background, and so you could hear us listening to you at the same time, but of course, different delays. I'd hear you start laughing on, Susie's voice and then Shannon's voice, and then you could hear you popping up each different time as we're all rushing trying to figure it out. I want to say it was the birthday one with the, when you had to go around in the circle with the letters. With the birthday cake in the middle. Yes. I want to say that may have been it.
That is so funny. Oh, that's such a great moment. I love that. Well, that's one of the coolest things about this whole experience is seeing how many people have come together and, in this case, really become friends. And, there's one group chat that I was just brought into with Liv. You were there too for her little...
I was there.
Yeah, for a little stream thing. And it was like we were talking about everything up until we recorded. And then after that, it's all just been like lifestyle stuff. I'm just like... this is awesome. I mean, I don't obviously contribute that much to the chat, but it's just like seeing everyone kind of like, this is what I'm up to, this is what I'm doing, and I'm just like, in any other instance, this to me just feels like it wouldn't have been as exciting, but because Her Interactive has put so much work and effort into bringing the community together, I'm like, it's so great to like be friends with everybody and to just converse on a friendly level. It's amazing.
Oh, I know. I've been working on collaborating with other content creators about different things. And
Right.
I mean, Professor Hotchkiss made a video of Lilo and Nancy Drew.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
Ben.
That was so great. Yeah, I think I saw that. That was like was it last month or this month or something?
Just about, yeah.
That was fantastic. I really thought that was such a great little video there. Yeah, oh, so cool.
Yeah, and we're working on more stuff, so keep the lookout.
I can't wait. That's awesome. So you streamed. Oh God, I'm so sorry. What you streamed?
Just
Secrets
once.
Can Kill. Okay. Do you have more plans to stream in the future?
I do. Currently, few little life things are getting in the way, so I haven't been able to set up a really nice, steady schedule.
No, that's all good.
But I do plan on continuing on. Next, we'll stay tuned for Danger, and I will try again to have Lilo pick the culprit and see if she decides might be our person and continue that
awesome.
series.
That game will be interesting because it gives you, the player, the option to choose whoever you want at the end of the game. Spoilers to anybody that hasn't played it before. And I hope you're not one of those people, Morgan, because I just spoiled it for you, if that's the case. But that will be super exciting. That's awesome.
So yeah, so that's a plan, and then a couple of other videos going on, and
Sweet.
My goodness, just crossing my fingers and waiting for Friday, because
Oh man,
that feels like that might be a big day.
So did you see were you here when we're talking about the contest or the post, the 34th post?
I did not join until towards the end of you talking with Ricky.
Okay, so Indy made a little post on the Amateur Sleuth blog with a bunch of little clues about the 34th post, and it sounds like we're going to be getting a contest giveaway for that post, based on the clues that she has left in the titles of these images in the post. So I'm very curious, what are your thoughts on that, about them doing a giveaway for the 34th post?
Well, let me go pull that up. I think, especially, for those of us that know each other in the community, it makes it so much more exciting, because I don't know if you saw, but recently a couple of different content creators, including Susie, did giveaways. And knowing who wins, seeing the people, makes it so much more fun.
Yes.
That we're all a part of it.
Oh,
it doesn't feel like, some random person won that I've never talked to before, but it's like, oh, my friend did. That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah, I did see that, because Susie gave away like a bunch of stickers and a notepad, I think it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
and as someone who had stickers until my nephews decided they wanted stickers, I love them.
That is awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, no, I think I'm very curious what the contest / giveaway is going to be, and Little One Cave was suggesting it could be like an Easter egg hunt, kind of like the Clues Challenge in Alibi and Ashes. But I'm super curious, kind of what that's going to look like. If you were put in charge of creating a contest for the sleuths, what would you do?
Oh, so as someone who likes the really in-depth puzzles,
Yeah.
Step A leads you to Step B with several red herrings thrown in, I would love various ways that would just completely throw you off your path.
For sure.
And even that, say 4 people could win by getting to 4 different answers.
Yes. Oh, totally. I think that'd be awesome. Because I love the ones that really send you on a little hunt around the internet. I think those are the best ones. And
everybody has different strengths.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's just like a big escape room. I think it's awesome.
Oh, yes. Yeah, speaking of escape room, Escape Academy is my new favorite Xbox game.
Sorry, what's it called?
Escape Academy,
Oh, Escape Academy.
A school. Yeah, you're more or less, just to make the story quick, you are pretending to be this person that is going through, literally a school that teaches you how to be an escape room artist.
Really?
More or less.
Okay, because somebody, this looks familiar. Somebody sent this to me. I think it was my friend Andrew. And I wasn't sure like what to make of it, but if that's what it's about, that sounds fantastic.
And it's difficult. It's all, timed and everything.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I'm very sad I finished it. I would like to play it again knowing the answers.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, that's good to know.
So there's your stream when you finish your Nancy Drew playthrough.
Escape Academy. Yeah, I'll do that on Twitch. That's brilliant. I'll have to look into that a bit more. That's awesome. Well, thanks for letting me know about that.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Well, any last thoughts about ND34 that you just want to get out there in the world?
Just that I am so incredibly grateful for this entire community. I've made, golly, we've all made so many friends, and I think that is just, I'm excited about the game, and I'm super thrilled about the game, but I will never be able to replace the people that I have met throughout all of this.
I know. I think it's such a
beautiful.
huge thing. I'm so glad you said that, because it's such a great thing to be able to go into this. Like everyone knew we were in the community, but then over these last few months, it's been like we've all just tightened up and really become an amazing friend group, which is awesome. Friends that will most likely carry with us for the rest of our lives, which is so cool. So I'm really glad you said that.
And we've got the best common interest.
Yes, exactly. I know, and we can always go to each other and start just spouting some quotes, and then, well, no matter who you talk to, they're going to understand it. It's great. It's
never an awkward moment.
Exactly. It's like the biggest inside joke but it's not a joke, It's just awesome. Oh, that's great. That is great. Well, Morgan, thank you so much for joining the chat. Great to have you here. I'm looking forward to the next Morgan and Lilo stream. Say hi to Lilo for me, as I assume she is there with you. And
hanging out as always.
That's so great. But yeah, you have a lovely rest of your evening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream, and hope you can enjoy what Her Interactive has next for the fans.
Thanks so much. Pleasure talking to you.
You as well. Have a great night.
Bye.
See ya. Okay, we're gonna bring the next person bring the next person in. That's what I meant to say. Charity, are we going to do a launch party IRL for we are 100% going to do a launch party. Even if it's like people have to be remote, we'll just bring everyone in on a Discord chat. I think that's a genius idea, Charity, and I would love to do that. It'd be even better if we all met down in Washington and just like rented out a conference center or something, and we were like right by where Her Interactive is. I think that'd be so awesome. I think it'd be the coolest thing just to have everyone there. Okay, the next person that we'll be bringing in, if they're all ready to go, we'll just wait and see one quick second here. We are ready. The next person to join the voice chat is the one, the only, you guys know her by a different name. We are bringing in Susie Should Be Sleeping, also known as Lemon Pepper Creations. Hey. Susie, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me well?
I can hear you perfectly. Yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's brilliant. I'm doing super great today. I'm loving all the new stuff that's coming out. How are you feeling about it? What are your thoughts on everything?
Oh my god, I am so excited. Like, I can't even tell you. My husband was literally just telling me yesterday, he's like, Sue, you've been really distracted lately.
Oh.
It's like, I have nothing to say.
Oh, that is so funny. I'm still waiting for my boss to say that to me, but she hasn't said it yet, so I think I'm on a pretty good track record right now. That is so funny that he mentioned that.
I know. I was like, man, I'm doing something wrong here.
No, it's just your inner nerd, your inner fandom that's just like coming out, and you're like, no, we're gonna enjoy this, and you're gonna deal with it. It's great.
Yes, no, it's been amazing. I have had, like, I feel like my life is better since April. Like,
yes.
That sounds so...
No,
like,
it's
I know
true, though.
Everyone here can probably relate, but, like, anyone outside of our little community would probably be like, what are you talking about? But, like so many good things have happened to me because of ND34.
It's so true. Like, yeah, it's been one of the craziest experiences watching the marketing for this game and seeing everyone's thought processes, and it's been so cool. Like when a new puzzle drops, seeing not only how fast it can be solved, but seeing how people approach these various puzzles. I think it's amazing, you know?
It's been amazing. I've loved, like, there's a small group of us who will get on, like, a video call every time to solve together.
Oh,
and
brilliant.
it's just been so good. And then, like, since April, I was brought on the like the Facebook group as a mod, so that I could like update people. Yeah, because like I just felt like the Facebook group was so behind like Instagram and Discord especially.
Right.
So I was like, no, I need my Facebook babies to like keep up with me. So I messaged all the admins and I was like, hey, so I regularly talk to like 3 employees of our interactive. Can you like bring me on? And then they were like, oh yeah, actually, sure.
Brilliant.
So
Oh, fantastic.
yeah, so now I'm like actually like it's not a job or anything, but you know, I'm like keeping up really well and updating other people. So it's been a really interesting experience to be like, okay, anyone who knows me, please tag me the moment something happens because I have to tag everyone else.
Right, of course. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Yeah, well, that's great because I think getting as many fans involved as possible and roping them in not only brings them in to join the fun, but keeps them updated, like you said, and can really make sure that all the latest news becomes the most widespread as possible, right? And I think that's what's so great about the community right now is the enthusiasm and excitement and willingness to bring anybody that's a Nancy Drew fan, even remotely, like, we're going to bring you on board. This is what we're doing. This is where we're at. And just come follow along. I think it's so great.
Yeah, it's been so good. And it's been so much better lately because I'm all about, like, making sure that everything stays kind and good vibes.
Of course.
I don't allow any, like, Britney dissing. I'm like, all right, guys, this is happening. This is the way it is. Let's go.
No, of course. Yeah, I think it's totally fair. Yeah, I think keeping the negativity to a minimum is difficult, but important, for sure.
So difficult. Yeah, it is so difficult. So, yeah, but it's been really fun. And, like, just like, seeing how everything goes and... then chatting with everyone in our group chat. I know that you left the huge group chat, but like chatting with everyone in the group chat while everything is going down is absolute chaos, and I'm just living for it.
Yeah, some people thrive off of that. I couldn't handle, I think, a day and a half of it. I'm like, yep, it's too much for me. I'm gone. So I leave it to you guys, and
I keep it on permanent mute.
Well, I couldn't even do that. Like, it's just because then I open Instagram and I'm like, I go to my DMs and like, oh, now there's something I've got to look at and like clear out. And then the moment I do that, I'm gonna leave, and there's gonna be like 5 new messages. It's just too much for me. Too much for me.
I know.
But
It's funny though because like even without that chat, everything has just like come together, and like we've just kind of like made a community even without that. Like
right.
Because I feel like I don't think you and I were pals until after that. You know, like
It was quite late. It was within the last month and a half, something like that.
I don't know.
It was like really recently, and very late in the whole process, right? But and here we are now. It's great.
I know, it's so great. Yeah, and I'm super excited to have you on my stream.
I'm so. What day is that again? Or is that something that you're announcing, or is that still a secret?
Oh, I haven't announced it yet.
Oh, it's a secret. Well, I'm gonna be on Susie's stream, everybody, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't remember what date it is, but there's a date coming up in July when he's gonna join me, and I'm gonna make him answer a lot of impertinent questions.
It's gonna be incredible because I love talking to Nancy Drew.
So good. I know.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it's not really a secret, but
not anymore. Yeah.
So, don't worry. Yeah, it's just
fantastic.
gonna be super fun. Like,
It will, totally.
We're just gonna chat. Yeah.
So my last
Maybe
question.
have a little puzzle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll figure something out. It'll be great.
Yeah.
We'll make it super interactive and fun. Last question before I move on to the next person here. What out of everything that's been released about ND34 so far, what is the one thing, whether it's an environment, a character, or a gameplay mechanic, that you are most excited about pursuing and looking at and exploring when the final game comes out?
Oh, the environment looks so stunningly gorgeous. I'm so
Totally.
excited because I have never traveled out of the country, so
Oh,
I
really?
live like vicariously. Yeah, I live vicariously through like games and
Interesting,
books
okay.
and movies and stuff. So I'm really excited because I have never like experienced Prague.
Okay.
So I'm so excited to play this game and see these just amazing experiences that Nancy's gonna have and then I'm gonna have by proxy.
Right, of course, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
totally. That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I was.
I'm also absolutely I'm obsessed with Elka, so
I mean, who isn't, right? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, no, I'm so excited about the environments and just knowing how it looks now compared to how Midnight Salem shipped. I'm just like, there's just no comparison. It's brilliant. So,
yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much better, I think. Like, I was thinking the jump from Secrets Can Kill Original to Stay Tuned for Danger, but I think it's gonna be like essentially the jump from Secrets Can Kill Original to like Alibi and Ashes. You
yes,
know?
I think it's gonna be like super I mean, from what we've seen, it already looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I know not everybody agrees, and I've had somebody tell me that they don't fully agree, but you know, that's great. I mean,
But that's okay.
I
Yeah,
hope
that's
that they get pleasantly surprised by
Yeah.
what gets shipped. But I think it's gonna be great. I'm so glad you think so too.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, Susie, thank you so much for joining. Great to chat with you again, and I'll be
Absolutely.
chatting with you around the internet soon, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks so much. You too.
Thank you so much. We'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Susie Should Be Sleeping, also known as Lemon Pepper Creations. Thank you so much, Susie, for joining the chat. I'm going to bring our next person in, but before I do that, I was just told to give a shout out to Liv for being shy and not saying she wants to talk. So, apparently, Liv, if you want to join the voice chat, you are more than welcome to. Sorry, Liv. Oh, brilliant. So the next person I'm gonna be bringing in, I've got, I assume, Lauren and Josh. Perfect. I'm gonna call Lauren and Josh here. They are both in chat, and I think they're both on the same call. Lauren and Josh, or is Lauren and Josh on the end of the call here? Hold on, you're a little bit quiet there. I'm gonna have to get you to say that again for me. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Okay, I'm not getting any audio from these guys here. I heard a little bit at the beginning. Hello? I'm not sure how far away you guys are from your microphone. I see that there are two people in my Discord, chat. These are going to be one-on-one calls, so I'm not sure. Yeah. Can you hear me? There's a little. It just sounds very muffled for me for the what I just heard there. Just gonna pause the music for a second here. Just gonna wait. So yeah, I heard a little bit of background noise. There's something coming through. Well, we'll just wait and see what they're saying here. Oh, I can hear you there.
And I'm here. I'm just yeah.
You guys are both there?
Around We are.
Okay, perfect. I think there's a bit of a delay or between our messages here. How close are you guys to your microphone right now? I can't quite hear you guys. What if I tried calling Josh? Josh, can I try calling you, and then we'll see if that sounds a bit better? Okay, I'm going to try that. I'm going to hang up, and I'm going to give Josh a call. Let's try this here. I know Josh is also in my Instagram chat. Or my Discord chat, sorry, not Instagram. Sorry about this, guys. Hey, Josh, can you hear me, man?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Are you and Lauren together?
Yes, we're here.
Perfect.
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm here too.
All right, excellent. Well, great to hear you guys. For some reason, I just couldn't hear you through...
I'm here too.
All right, hold on a second. I am hearing a bit of feedback here. Do you guys have my stream open by any chance?
I think so, yes.
Okay, I might get you to turn off my stream or mute my stream because I'm hearing...
Yeah, we both do.
Yeah, I'm hearing some feedback coming through.
Okay, I just paused the stream on mine for
Perfect.
Josh.
The echoing can be a bit distracting at times.
No, that's all good. I think I can hear you guys a lot better now, and chat can hear you guys too, so that's great. I'm not sure what was going on with the other one, but I can hear you guys now, so it's great. How are you guys doing?
Oh,
We're doing
good.
well.
Awesome. So what are your guys' thoughts on everything Nancy Drew 34 related so far?
I honestly like all the updates so far. I really hope that they keep it and live up to that whenever they go to actually produce the actual new game.
For sure.
And be more accessible, because where it was really glitchy with Midnight and Salem and wouldn't play on certain devices, it wouldn't play on Josh's laptop. And,
Oh no.
Actually, it's desktop.
Oh, your desktop. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's just that my computer's a pre-built one, and it just can't play certain games.
Right. No, that's fair. Yeah. Did you get the chance to watch a playthrough of Midnight in Salem?
Well, when my sister used to live with me, she let me play it on hers.
Okay, perfect. So you had the opportunity to try it out then.
It just seemed, it's kind of disappointed the way how they when they start with the layoffs and then with these ridiculous delays.
Right.
It's when they keep dragging their feet over it, and when they outsource their animation, and then when we finally got the final game in our hands, and it's when we try to get them on our systems, it just won't work. And especially when you have these older systems,
Mm-hmm.
and even when you have a Windows Vista or Windows 7,
Right.
or even Windows 10, even when you don't have the highest graphics on video card, and when you try to get it to work, it just
it
I
still
remember
glitches out,
when I
yeah.
try to get it on my computer, it just seemed like the graphics just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, back when I used to have Windows 10 before my laptop was just about to call it quits, and I had to upgrade to Windows 11 because that's what they had. It's I could get mine to work fine, but it was... So at first I thought, okay, that's strange that Josh's isn't doing that.
Right.
Playing.
No, I'm sure that would be not an ideal situation. I'm sure it'd be pretty frustrating after a while too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you guys did get the opportunity to play it then? Have you guys like finished the game?
No.
I've played it all the way through,
Okay.
but Josh and I were wanting to play it sometime on my laptop together.
Oh, brilliant. Well, that'd be awesome. Yeah. How do you guys feel about the new game? Like, are you guys excited for it, or are you guys a little skeptical about it?
I'm excited, but I really just hope that they don't let down at the last minute and like when we have the actual game in our hands.
Right.
But so far the updates look promising. I just hope they hold up to those standards and like have it where it's not going to be all glitchy and I mean, because it was something else. It's not that I didn't like Midnight in Salem,
Yeah.
but it wasn't my favorite, and it was like I thought it was too dialogue heavy.
When the news started, it just seems like I was trying to discuss this when this released it back in April, but the Discord wasn't set up for me at the time.
Right.
And-
That's right. Yes.
And then it seemed like, okay, maybe they're just pulling our legs because I just don't think April 1st is a good way to start releasing your game. Maybe they should wait until like closer to the end of April.
Right.
Yeah, and
It's more appropriate.
yeah, especially after the whole ignoring people and heard something about them taking down negative concern comments on Facebook and everything, and I was like, basically, and now all of a sudden they're like full engaged, like
Right.
giving us all these updates. So I agree with Josh that probably after having that happen with the last game, that they probably should have waited to announce it so people wouldn't be skeptical if it was real or a joke at the time.
Yeah. No, I
With it
think
being April 1st.
even if they waited till the 2nd of the month, I think that would have eased a lot of fans. But I do understand their reasoning for doing it on April 1st, because April was the anniversary month of Nancy Drew, and I fully understand that while it was misleading at first, it was the first of the month at the same time, right? So it was a bit of a double-edged
Yes.
sword for them. But ultimately, you know, they've, I think, proven themselves, and the fact that we're here now and we've got a whole bunch more information and visuals and everything, I think it's really great. What is something you guys are looking forward to with the new game?
I'm trying to remember what the building is, but I really hope we can explore into it. What was that called, Josh?
Well, I was watching a video of Hughes,
Yeah.
I think about a week ago, and I think it was like some kind of like a cathedral building.
Yeah, that was it,
So
Josh.
that is the Saint Vitus Cathedral in Prague.
Yeah, because it all seems exciting. And hopefully, I'm hoping that we can actually go in there and do a lot of exploring, not just very little.
And it'd also be nice to get some more stuff to do to Midnight in
Yeah.
Salem. It's like the minute we go into the Perry house, it's like, or even the museum, it's like, give us something to do. I mean, not just look around. I just
Right.
thought maybe we can tie at the museum, or
Right.
maybe
right, of course.
help Tegan because she's worried to death about May,
Yeah.
about getting herself arrested for something that ain't her fault.
I think that's a very good thought, because yeah, like you said, there weren't many opportunities to do things within environments in Midnight in Salem. You know, there were like a few things you could look at, and like Nancy would say something, but you know, when you go into other environments and other games, like usually there'd be a whole bunch of stuff for you to do there, and there'd be a really strong relevance of that environment to the game, right? But the connection wasn't as strong in Midnight in Salem. So I think that's a great point to make for sure.
Oh, hey, I was wondering if you can switch over to Lauren's phone. My phone's about ready to die soon.
I was thinking I'm just gonna end it in the call with you guys and move on to the next person, if you don't mind.
Okay.
But I really appreciate you guys joining the chat. Thank you so much. It was great to talk to you, Josh, again, and great to meet you, Lauren, for the first time. So thank you guys so much.
You.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure we'll
Thank
chat
you.
again in the future. You guys have a lovely night.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much, guys. See you later. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Josh and Lauren. Joshua, Jim, Archer. I think they're both in the chat. Lauren as well. Thank you guys so much for joining. It was great to chat with you guys. We're going to move on to the next guest here, who I believe is going to be Andrew. I'm just going to give him a call here. We'll get him on the call. And then we've got 2 more people after that, and I think we may call it there, but we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna give Andrew a call here. Here we go. How's it going, Andrew?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing brilliant, man. So, got some new news today. We got the cursor that just kind of came out of nowhere, and then we got the camera activity, I guess, in the last update. What do you think will be coming next? Because we are supposedly getting a contest with the 34th post, but updates to the game, what do you think would be an ideal update coming next?
An actual trailer?
Touche. That is brilliant. I think it's an answer that a lot of people would be on the same page with, for sure. What do you think about everything so far? About the game and the updates and all that?
I think, like, wow, Herinteract, you really know what you're doing now.
I know. I think it's so nice to see. It's refreshing to see them engage with the community in the ways that they have. It's really.
I know. Yeah. I'm glad they're doing that again. I was like, when they just posted generic stuff, I was like, oh, nope, skip. And now I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
I know. That morning on April 1st was the craziest morning and really got the ball rolling on so many things. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Out of all the stuff that's come out so far, what is one aspect of the game that you are really looking forward to trying out? Whether it's exploring or lockpicking or making coffee or whatever it may be.
Honestly, I'm still a little undecided on that.
Fair enough.
Would like to see like the actual trailer before I make that determination.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. What would you hope to see in a trailer for the game?
Maybe the occasional game over scenes like we had in like the older trailers.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Because they did do that in the older trailers, where they would say, like, they'd usually end the trailer on like a cliffhanger with like Nancy in a second chance moment. I think that would be really cool, actually.
Yeah, like the final scene in the end.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, because there weren't that many second chance instances in Midnight Salem. I think there's like 1 or 2, maybe just 1.
I think 2.
Were there 2?
I think so. Though I'm not gonna say it on here because people may have not played it yet.
That is true. Spoilers. That is true. Yeah. No. I think we definitely need more second chance moments for sure. Yeah. I never even thought about that, but of course that's a huge like key aspect to the trailers.
Yeah, I'm imagining someone standing on the cathedral trying to push something off the roof and then land on Nancy, and she has to step out.
Yes, just like in Phantom of Venice or Danger on Deception Island, or I guess the Klieg light as well in the final scene. Oh yeah. If there was like a statue that like fell and like Nancy had to avoid that. Oh yeah, I like that a lot actually. That'd be sweet. Yeah. Oh,
and
man.
there's opportunities to get caught snooping as well.
I hope that's the case, because I don't think that existed in Midnight in Salem. I think like you could do snooping, but there was never any worry about anybody catching you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, because there's a certain character who's just busy out on a date with another certain character in their office, it seems like.
Right. Yes. That is true. Yeah, no, I think there can be a lot of great opportunities for second chance moments. How do you feel about the game so far? Like, do you feel excited for it? Do you feel still kind of on the fence?
I am excited. I mean, like, when I saw the visuals, I was like, whoa. I guess faith is being restored in me, you know?
No, I think it's a huge thing. And yeah, the visuals have really taken a step up over Midnight in Salem. I just had a question. I'm trying to think of another one before I forget this one too. Based on how the community has been interacting, how do you think this will be affecting Her Interactive's marketing style going forward?
I'm not sure, honestly, how it'll affect it.
Do you think it'll be in a good way, or do you think that Her Interactive might do a post-mortem and say, okay, what were things that worked well and things that didn't work well, and do you think they may cut back on the interactions next time around?
I'm sorry, you cut out after the word interaction.
I said interactions. I guess my main question is, do you think that Her Interactive will build on what they've been doing for the marketing, or do you think that they will scale back for the next game?
I don't know. Maybe a balance of in between. I don't know.
That's fair. What do you think has been the most successful part about the marketing so far?
Like giving us actual progress updates.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I think that's totally fair. Do you think that the marketing would have been as successful if they were updating us along the development process compared to what they're doing now, where they've got a lot of information ready and they're presenting that to us?
I think it would have been more successful.
You think so?
Might have got a few more fans.
Yeah, well, I'm curious how that would have
looked.
Or
we covered... Oh.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
What?
go ahead. I think I cut you off there. Yeah.
Yeah, I could have drew in some more fans and maybe, like, give some former fans some consideration to give it a second chance.
Good pun. Yeah, no, I think...
Pun unintended.
Yeah. I think it's a great. It'd be really interesting to see how, because in the past they kind of updated the fans with, as development was moving along, but in this case they didn't do that, and it was a very, now we've got information ready, a whole bunch of stuff ready, so now we're gonna start sharing that. So I'm very curious to see how it would have been different if people. Liv in chat says that she thinks people would have just been asking for a release date the whole time anyway, which is probably true. That would probably make sense.
Imagine if in the future we get a mid remaster. No, it needs.
If we got a mid remaster, I think that would be great. I think that would be awesome. Okay, final question for you. Oh no, I just forgot my question. Oh no.
Strike two.
Remind me what the question was.
You don't know. You answered the question.
I know. I'm gonna think of a new question then. Oh my word, I cannot believe. And I had it was a great question, and then it just gone.
That's why you write them down.
I know. Oh, I think I'm too fast for writing things down, and I just think like boom, boom, boom. All right, well let's go with this. If you were, how do I word this here? If you were... Oh, come on, brain, do your thing.
Wait, you have a brain?
Yeah, well, not right now, apparently. If you were to think... yeah, exactly, Tori.
Yeah, definitely, Tori, definitely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? The question I couldn't ask, yeah. If you were to
I'm clipping.
If you were to be put in charge of Her Interactive's marketing, how would you do things differently? And would you or would you keep things the same?
I think, considering how I know nothing about marketing, I think there'll be drastic changes on having no idea what I'm doing.
Oh, brilliant. That's great. Well, Andrew, thanks so much, man, for popping in the chat and sharing your thoughts.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime, man. I really appreciate it. You have a lovely night, and we'll chat soon, man.
Sounds good.
Sweet. We'll chat with you later. See you, buddy.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Oh, brilliant. Andrew, he's such a great guy. Thank you so much, Andrew, for joining the chat and for making me forget my questions. Really appreciate that, as always. Anyways, the next person we're going to bring in here is somebody that I, in particular, take a lot of great interest in. because of their history with Her Interactive and the games. And so whether or not they want to talk about that, I'll let that be up to them. But, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to introduce to you tonight the one, the only, the Sneak. Welcome, Sneak, to the chat. Great to have you here.
Hi, sorry, things just went really weird on
Oh,
my
that's
end.
all
I
good.
muted because it was getting double feedback, and I don't know where we're at with the chat.
Oh, that's all
hear
good.
me?
I can hear you. Yeah, no, I can hear you perfectly. How you doing?
Fantastic. I'm doing okay. This is a really weird week. This is my last week of work, and I'm only working like half days, so I've been super bored every afternoon. I was like, I'm just gonna go ride my bike around town today. So
Well,
that's all I did
brilliant.
today.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, congratulations on your last week of work. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I hope this is a good thing.
Hopefully. Just before you came on, I just mentioned that you do have a history with the games. I didn't say what the history was. Are you don't have to go in, you don't have to go into detail. You don't have to even say it. I'm just going to ask, would you be open to mentioning your history with the games?
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, if anyone is weird and has found me on YouTube, they can kind of figure it out based on the titles of videos. Not entirely a secret, but I don't tend to delve into it too much.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
What Hugh is referring to is I was actually a moderator for Her Interactive on and off for many years, and it's been about a decade since I was last with them. That's when we parted ways.
Right, yeah. No, I think that's such a cool thing. So you were a mod of the message boards, correct?
That's right.
Right.
I was.
So, knowing what you know about how things operated then, even leading up to a game release, how do you view ND34 and things leading up to the release of this game?
I'm trying to figure out how best to answer this, but I mean, we didn't really get that much information ahead of time. So really, the thing that I've been most aware of is just how, even before I was a mod, and how we'd get new information, and sort of the excitement and the format it's coming in really, for me, is quite striking, because way back in the day, we weren't using Facebook or social media in quite the same way. Everything was on the message board, so that's where our community was, and it was
of course,
more tight knit. And it's strange in a way seeing it throughout all these different servers, and like Discord. I'm totally new to this. I used to be on top of stuff, and then I turned 30 and didn't care. My God, I don't know how people keep up. I lost all the will.
I wish I knew. Trust me, it's I do my best to keep up, but sometimes I'm just like it's too much. No, that's I think it's so cool that you were a moderator. How do you feel about Mystery of the Seven Keys with everything that we know so far? Like, do you feel like are there things that are sticking out to you as like this is going to be a successful game, or are there things that are saying this might not work out as well as Her Interactive is planning?
It's so hard to say. So I should preface this by saying I didn't follow the stuff with mid, because
you didn't. Okay,
I'd had my falling out with Her Interactive, and
right?
Didn't care.
Because that. Oh yes, of course. Because that was just that's right. Okay, dates are lining up in my head now. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. When did I left after the Shattered Medallion, and we knew.
Yeah.
I think that Labyrinth of Lies. I think we had that title.
That that would have made sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't even keeping up even with Labyrinth of Lies and Sea of Darkness. So there was a lot where I don't know what that promotion was like back then.
Right.
Didn't have that same sense of expectation. So I can't quite make that comparison, particularly with mid, which I haven't played.
Mm-hmm. You haven't played mid? Okay.
I have not. No. I decided I would only play it if I could buy it secondhand.
Okay, interesting.
Which I guess there aren't that many copies out. And because I read all the reviews about it not working very well on many systems, and I thought I'm going to be that person who's not going to be able to run it. And eventually I decided to watch a playthrough of it on YouTube, and I could only watch a few minutes at a time because it made me so nauseous.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So I'm a little concerned about that for myself with, to get back to your original question with Key. But I hope that it goes well. You always want a company that you support or have supported
right
to do well, and on what level. I mean, it could be a bunch of different levels. It could be that the storyline is better, or we're getting the right balance between conversation and games. I want them to do better than they did with mid.
Of course, I know exactly what you mean. So that's really interesting you bring up the point of motion sickness, because I know for a lot of people, especially when Her Interactive dropped their Labyrinth of Lies potential Unity demo way back in the day, 2015 I think it was, just saying this is how Nancy Drew games could look as if they were, put in a 3D space like Unity. And there was like instant reactions of, I don't like this isn't Nancy Drew, this makes me feel motion sick. And that was definitely kind of the case with Midnight in Salem for some people. And with the way that the camera operates in this new game, do you think that there would be the potential for like a full like WASD movement, or do you think they'll still stick to just the point and click style?
I'm a person who doesn't like change.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, I like the point and click, and I don't like spinning around in circles. I don't need the 3D world. I like simplicity as well. I mean, I think it works for other games.
Right.
But like I said, because I don't like change.
That's totally fair.
Yeah, and it's a difficult thing because so many companies change because you progress with what other companies are doing, and I tend to question, is it necessary for everybody to do that because you were successful doing things the way you were doing them in the first place? So is the change necessary? And the other thing I keep coming back to is, and this sort of ties in with mid not working on some computers,
right.
These were meant to be family games for anyone to be able to play just on their home computer. I want it to be compatible for the people who are still nerds and still have desktops.
Exactly.
And, so
do you think,
I don't know if that quite answers the question.
No, that answers it perfectly. Now here's my question based on that answer is,
sure,
Her Interactive really did focus on making easy to play games that were not tech heavy, and the fans kind of relied on that for several years. Do you think if they had continued that style, if Her Interactive would still be a company today and they continued the 2 games a year in the style that they were doing, do you think that they could still operate as a business? Do you think it'd be like successful for them, or do you think they would have been forced to change just simply to follow follow the industry changes?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no way to know, right?
Right.
No way to go back in time and run the scenario.
Yeah.
I would like to think that they could have been successful.
Yeah.
Had they continued on with the way they were doing things for years, because they were able to. They could sustain it. Well, I assume they could sustain it. I mean, not being able to look at their finances, I don't know for sure. But
of course,
it seemed to work. But it does sound like it was a lot of work. So keeping that in mind, that I don't know what there was as far as burnout for them trying to meet that 2 game a year expectation that we were also accustomed to.
I think eventually it got to a point where it was just like routine for them, and they just kind of found their rhythm, I'd say pretty early on, because I think by the time Sea of Darkness came out, it was just, from what I've heard, especially from Kalina, that it was just a well-oiled machine, that things ran smoothly. Mm-hmm. But again, I'm not dissing what Kalina says, but I don't know any of the behind-the-scenes stuff that happened, so I don't know if there was drama at some point, or if there was very tight crunch times. But from what I understand, that just was not a huge thing at Her Interactive, that there were really a lot of instances where people were comfortable and able to work well and pump out quality content. But
which is great to hear. I mean, you hope for that, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be getting a great product at the expense of other people's health.
Totally. I fully agree. I know they had very flexible hours for the devs. Like they could pretty much, I think they had to do like X amount of hours in a day, but they could pretty much like come and go when they wished, which was really nice. Yeah, no, it just sounded like it was, a sweet environment, but obviously things changed. And actually, here's a question. Were you aware of the layoffs when they happened, or had you really just stopped following everything at that time?
I'm trying to remember when the layoffs happened. I think that was after I left. Do you happen to remember the year?
The official layoffs were, I think, March 25th, 2015. I think that was...
then.
Okay. Because I think
No,
it was
would've
like...
been a year after I left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think it was like announced publicly via, I think, Wired, that or some kind of, or no, it was IndieWire. I don't know what it was. I think it was in May that they announced they laid off staff, but the actual layoffs happened, I think, in March.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it at some point. I don't know how, close to the event that was, because again, I wasn't following things that closely at that point. I kind of, sorry to say it, interactive, but I kind of cut them off and was not thrilled with them and wasn't.
No, that's all good. No, that's yeah. I mean, after your experience with them, I'm sure that it would have been, kind of almost the first instinct for people just to, but I'm not saying that you acted on a first instinct basis, because based on your videos, I can tell that you're a very thorough, organized person who really tries to get all the information together before kind of dipping out. But anyways, no, I think that's sometimes, yeah. No, I think that's really great. Yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna move on to the next person here.
For sure.
But thank you so much for joining. It's great to finally be able to chat with you in person, more or less in person, and hear your thoughts. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you for inviting us all to participate here. This was wonderful.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, thanks. Have a great evening or morning for everyone who's participating and wherever you are.
That is true. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, have a great night yourself.
Thanks. Bye now.
See ya. And ladies and gentlemen, that was The Sneak. Thank you so much again, Sneak, for joining. You guys can go follow The Sneak on YouTube. They actually have a great YouTube channel where they're playing the games from a mod's perspective, a former Her Interactive moderator's perspective, playing through all the games and doing like a full breakdown at the end of, I think, every 5 games. It's really great. Go check them out. Lots of great content in there. Thank you again, Sneak. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm gonna see about bringing one more person. Lauren and Josh, thank you guys so much for joining again. I really appreciate it. I have been seeing your messages, but I haven't responded to them. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys popping in. So we're gonna see about bringing one more person in here and see what they say. But yeah, to everyone that has joined so far, I really, really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Next person to join is the one, the only, the legendary, the myth, the legend. I just said legend twice. Liv. Liv, how are you doing tonight?
Can everyone hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Sweet.
I had to mute the videos first because I had you on one monitor and Ricky pulled up on my other monitor.
Oh, right, yes.
So.
That's brilliant.
Well, I had to multitask. I'm a moderator for Ricky, so
right.
I couldn't let her down.
Okay, well, we can make this quick if you need to go and moderate her channel.
I think she actually just ended her stream right before this, so it worked out perfectly, actually.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, Liv, thank you so much for joining. Sorry to call you out there, but Morgan gave me She gave me her permission to call you out. Like, let me just read her exact words. She said, Liv is being shy and won't say she wants to talk. I give you permission to call her out if you wish. I told her I was going to message you. Those were the words that Morgan gave to me, and
checks out.
And now you're here.
There was some plotting going on, I believe, with Professor Hotchkiss as well.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
I did start getting simultaneous Discord messages saying, so you're going to get on, right? Like, you guys are talking to each other, aren't you?
Oh, that is so funny. Well, it's great to have you on here, and there's a lot of excitement in chat about you being here, so Hotchkiss says, I can neither confirm nor deny.
It's mostly just my name, so I'm hoping it's a positive.
Oh, it's definitely a positive. It's 100% a positive. Yeah, no, that's great. Well, thank you so much for building up the courage to join. I really appreciate it. How are you doing?
It's just good practice.
It is good practice.
I need the practice in.
Especially for Monday. It's going to be a big day on Monday. For everyone that is not aware, Liv, also known as, Discord is hiding your username right now. It is...
Ginger Honey Love Beat.
Ginger Honey Love Beat. Go follow Ginger Honey Love Beat on YouTube. because about to go live on Monday with the first ever live stream. Liv is going live. It's great. I wasn't trying to make a pun there, but as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, that's a genius one. So
I think Tori is already trying to make that a thing. So
yes.
I assumed you were just plotting.
Oh.
Honestly,
yeah, Tori and
it
I
wouldn't surprise me.
Tori and I are on like a different wavelength, man. It's great. But yeah, so Nancy Drew, 34. You've been following along with stuff. You've been a great resource.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. Great resource to myself, and I really appreciate the amount of times that you have kept me updated, especially when Instagram does not. And I also am very appreciative of all the very generous and kind donations that you've given myself along the way. So thank you so much. How are you feeling
Just
about
doing my civic duty?
Yeah, exactly, right? How are you feeling about ND34 and all that's been released so far?
I'm feeling pretty good overall. I will say, as kind of a disclaimer, that I actually liked mid fairly well.
Fair enough.
I feel like it definitely has some flaws, shall we say?
Yeah.
I think animations were buggy. Definitely. There was an unclear expectation as far as computer specs.
Right.
A lot of people didn't know what they were getting into there.
Yeah.
So I think that could have been better handled. There's also some strange continuity errors that are a bit interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that comes down to. So
yeah, I think
there's some things like that. But I
think,
would say...
Sorry, I'm trying to cut you off, but I'm not meaning to at all. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good. It's all good. I will say, I think overall, if you can get the game running smoothly, the actual graphics themselves look good. The graphics are good. It's the actual movement of characters that's buggy. There's actually some interesting level of detail there.
Yeah.
I did personally enjoy adding the new element of controller. Being able to actually play the game with a controller. I thought that was amazing.
It was so good.
And I do feel like, from what I can recall, it's a little bit easier to have some smoother camera movement when you're using that. So I did enjoy that.
Totally.
And I think I mentioned this in chat a little bit ago. I thoroughly enjoyed being able to take the actual inventory items and kind of rotate them around and look at them, examine them, like when you had to pull the ticket out of the jacket pocket.
Oh, of course,
I thought that was a really clever way of utilizing that movement.
Super good.
And so there's some things, there was a promise, there was a potential. They were definitely moving in this direction of trying to modernize. Like Nancy's phone has, she's texting, she has text messages with the Hardy Boys, and they actually have their own phones, like actual adults. And so I think there's some promising things and some things that are actually kind of cool in there.
Right.
But there's the concerns. So I'm very optimistic, I think, about Game 30, that it does feel like they have been listening and taking what's being put out there, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
And trying to do right by everyone.
Yes.
And trying to get to a better place. And so I've really appreciated the engagement level that her marketing team has had with the community, because it shows that they care. They want to hear from us. They want to know our thoughts and kind of be a part of things again.
Yeah.
And I love that they're fans themselves.
Yes, fans first.
Like that makes it feel like there's hope.
Oh, totally. Yeah, no, I was just talking to one of them today about how much they, them and the marketing team have been really pushing for classic Nancy aspects to be brought into this newer game. And, I don't know which aspects they're referring to, but all I know is I'm getting really great feelings from everything that they've been showing. And I know that at some point along the way they've had some input about it, so it's super exciting. And yeah, their community engagement has been such an amazing aspect for sure. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's
awesome. I think so far the game is looking good. I know when they first started releasing, like when they released the Radic video.
Yeah.
I remember one of the biggest things, and I was really excited to see people saying this, because it's the distinction I've been wanting to make for, I guess, years now, really.
Right.
Of the animations look so smooth.
Yes.
Like, people have been saying, like, the graphics look good, they look pretty, they look like mid, but they look nice. Let's wait and see if we get, you know, that movement, have a video. How's that going to look? And then when it came out, it's smooth.
Yes.
Maybe not quite finished, polished, but that's kind of to be expected. Like, they're telling us this is not, you know, final game footage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's to be expected. But the actual movement actually looked normal.
It looked so normal, yes.
So I think that's good. And I like that. I feel like I finally saw people making those kind of distinctions. Hey, this is something that in particular is really good. It was an issue before.
Yes.
And I like where it's at now.
Oh, 100%. I'm so glad that people were catching on to that too. And the fact that they were catching on to it quickly means it's working. And acknowledging it, and and then seeing what else they were showing, like the animation for Elka, I thought just blew me away, especially with the facial animations and expressions. I was like, what? Holy cow! It was so good. I think Oscar.
I feel like the hair movement too.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, like the ponytail actually kind of flowed in a very normal way.
Man, it was so good. It was so good. Yeah, I can't wait to see what else they have in store, because we've seen a little bit of like the NPC animations. And when I say a little bit, I mean like they're either standing there or sitting there, but oh man, I just think it's going to be amazing to see and interact with all these characters. Just see what they're up to, and yeah, oh man. It's great. It's so great.
I will say probably if I were to think of like one of the biggest things I would like to see shortly, like as kind of next stages for the marketing scheme, so to speak, would be kind of that basic, like, I know I've kind of said it wink wink in the chat before, but I would love to see an actual game page on the website, not just, you know, new Nancy Drew mystery, but like official on the page with all the other ones buy and have all the downloads. I could not agree more. Because it doesn't have to have the release date even. Like, there's so many other games from other huge platforms and other huge developers that just say coming soon.
Oh yeah,
and
exactly.
say that for, you know, years even. So they don't have to have that in a game page.
Totally.
But I think at this point, like, we have the official name, we have the wallpaper downloads, we have, you know, some of these new pieces of content, like character names. They have enough, I feel like they could start to build that out. So I'd really love to see that. But also, I would like to see, like, that basic, you know, elevator pitch, that short synopsis of this is the basic gist. And I know maybe they're just holding on to that until there's, like, a really, you know, like, fleshed out trailer, as opposed to just the teaser we got. Maybe that's what they're holding out for. I don't know. But that would be something I think would be really nice to know. You know, are we tending to be Ben Gates and National Treasure? Are we stealing the crown jewels? Are we doing something on a college campus?
For
like
sure.
Indie Crafts that talked about.
Yes,
like,
that's
what's
right.
the direction this is taking?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they've got a game page that's already with the synopsis and trailer and like all that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if that was already. They're just waiting for the time that they're allowed to share it, and then all they have to do is press go live, and then it'll be, you know, there for the world to see. Because my guess is that they've got maybe not all of it, but definitely some of that stuff all, you know, prepped and ready for the time that they decide to announce it. And like you said, they don't have to put a release date on a game page, but having the game page there, to me, feels stronger than the landing page that they've had for this past little while. But
yeah, I agree. And I think at this point, since we know the game, we've seen so much, and I think at this point people are asking, you know, when is this going to come out? But
yeah, totally.
There's not as many of the people that are like, is this real though? Is it actually going to happen? There's a few people here and there, especially if you go into the toilet of the world, also known as Reddit, and you find some of those people who are saying, you know, oh, they're putting this limited merch out because they're trying to get cash quick because they need to finish the game. And I'm like, I don't think you know how the world works, but okay. And so there's a few here and there that are kind of saying maybe this isn't really happening. But overall, I feel like now it's just, when are we going to get it? We're excited. We want to see. We want to know, how does this relate to mid?
Totally.
What's the comparison based on some people like the direction they're taking, and they're like, is it going to be that, but a little more polished, having some of these things fixed?
Yeah.
There's some people that want to know, I didn't like mid so much, so did it address the thing that I didn't like, so that maybe I will like key? And so I think there's some of those people that are just kind of waiting to see how the chips land.
Yeah,
but I think overall, it's all looking forward to this is releasing, it's happening. And so
definitely.
I think that commitment of a game page is definitely perfectly reasonable, because like they have committed to this game. And I think that's very obvious at this point. Like, it is happening.
It's so great. It's so
Which
nice.
still sounds weird to say that.
Yeah, it does.
The past several months kind of feel like a fever dream in some sense, of like, so many of us didn't even really know each other or talk to each other. And,
exactly.
all this wasn't happening just a few months ago, and now it's like, oh my gosh, all these people have made friends, and we've been barely sleeping for months and solving all these puzzles and losing our brain cells, and what is happening?
Oh, I totally
And
agree.
so it's just still feels wild to me that it's like, this is real, this is happening.
I know.
Like, maybe this year
amazing.
we'll get this.
Which is, it's just crazy. Like, I've had that realization a few times, and it's such a weird mental experience to think about it, because it's like, whoa, a new Nancy Drew game. And like, because most of us, all of us, were so used to that as the norm, was like, new Nancy Drew game every couple months. Like, it's great, we're super excited, but this time it's just like, this feels so much more monumental than any other release. I think this is even crazier than Midnight in Salem's release, by far. But
yeah, and that's the thing that's extra wild. Like, I don't really remember all that much about the release of Midnight in Salem. Like, I was not. I was a part of the community. I was there. I was on Tumblr at the time under my same username, actually.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I still have that one. I just brought it over from Tumblr, even though I'm like, this is so outdated and cringe. No one says Bay anymore. What the heck? But I was like, keep the branding consistent, and then now I'm just totally kind of going away from it away. So whatever. But so I was kind of a part of things very tangentially, but I didn't really know this sort of involvement level.
Right.
Like, I didn't know about stuff with like release date getting pushed back and some of the drama and stuff that was going on. Like, I just really wasn't a part of that. And so I feel like I don't have much of anything to compare this to.
No,
so
that's
I'm like,
fair,
I know that this was not this level of insanity and involvement for other games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can just anticipate that that's the case.
Yeah.
But I don't have that comparison. And so that's kind of fun, I guess, in a way, that this is
totally
all I know is a really great
yeah.
experience. But yeah, it's weird not having a comparison because it's been that long.
Yeah. Well, when I followed all the news for Midnight in Salem, it was like, keeping an eye out for everything and seeing everything, and it was such a different experience leading up to the game's release, because at that time it was all, everyone was really focused on the new piece of news that was going to drop, and there was this, because at some point we knew the release date. We actually knew there were several targeted release dates, and then the actual release date, which got pushed back the day that pre-orders were supposed to start, and they didn't drop the trailer until 3 days before the game came out. And it was just like, and it's just this whole, like, it was a shambles, really, is what it was. But and I wouldn't say this was a mistake, I think this was an unfortunate reality for them, was that they had already announced the next game's title at the end of Sea of Darkness before everything changed. And so they were trying to create this new marketing scheme while they were marketing Midnight in Salem and trying to keep fans up to date at the same time. Whereas with this one, they were able to, because there was no title at the end of Midnight in Salem, they were able to completely remap everything, restart everything, and really give themselves time to work on stuff behind closed doors without saying anything. And I think it's been hugely successful for them. Like,
Absolutely.
super. Yeah. But,
I think one thing I've had kind of like a brief thought in passing that it would be cool at this point, and I feel like it's in a lot of ways very low commitment.
Yeah.
But I think some people kind of mentioned this as well in some of the chats of one of those kind of old school have like finalized game stills or character concepts or anything to do that.
Right. I'm gonna stop you there for 1 second. I just got notification that OBS disconnected and then reconnected. So if the stream blips, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I saw a little loading thing for a second.
Did it?
but
Yeah. Is it back?
I'm trying to be prepared for Monday and chaos, so I just kept going, and it's like, it's going to be fun, and he's going to tell me to shut up if I need to.
No, that was, that's like one of
You're
the...
welcome. I've caused chaos yet again. I don't think I can take credit for OBS.
Oh, that is brilliant. No, I think
Having an issue.
that's all good. I'm going to ask you one last question.
right.
And that is, how far along do you think Her Interactive is in the game's development?
That is a very good question.
It's a tough question, isn't it?
Yes. It's one a lot of people have had very different answers on as well. And very good reason like behind their answers as well. So I think that makes it even tougher to think about. I feel like with the commitment level they're at, the intensity of the marketing strategy, I feel like we have to be, within that 6 months to maybe a year stretch.
Right.
Like, I feel like we have to be getting pretty close for sure. And I feel like they have to be very far along in the game. Like, I don't think it's necessarily completely finished.
Yeah.
There might be some things that even they're kind of waiting to see what the feedback is on what they are putting out,
right,
to make some last minute tweaks. I definitely think that could be the case, but I don't feel like they would put this level of commitment into marketing it, having the name, the trademark, this intensity of marketing strategy.
Yeah.
I don't think they would put that in if it wasn't close enough that they're going to release it soon.
Yeah.
Because at some point with any marketing strategy, especially if you start off this strong, you're going to lose steam.
Oh, totally.
And we've kind of seen that, like the big three have had to take some time off to kind of recuperate from this because it was so intense.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's only so long it can go on before more people start to fall into that camp of, but when is it going to release though? When is it going to be finished? And people will start to, I don't want to say lose hope,
yeah,
but I think people would start to question at some point, like, is this just dragging us along?
And I think,
I don't think they would want to have that happen kind of again.
Definitely.
And have another flop of a marketing strategy, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
No, that might sound bad. I'm sorry, because you guys are in the chat and I see you and I love you guys so much.
Yeah.
Please don't take this the wrong way. I don't think you were responsible for anything anyway.
Well, Brigella just said the big three.
But yeah, I feel like they have to be pretty committed, and I think that involves being fairly far along in the development. I just don't think we would be closer to the beginning, and certainly not have this level of like fleshed out environments.
Right.
Like, I know we talked about that teaser trailer, like you can see down the alleyway to some extent next to it.
It's amazing.
Like, the graphics are good, it looks great, but like there's lighting going on, complex. There's a lot of visual effects, very complex. Like, it is a very HD, fleshed out looking environment. And I think maybe not everyone's really giving it credit for being that much of like, wow, this actually looks pretty impressive. Like, I remember sitting there watching your live stream, watching that video, and sorry, seeing Squid commenting in the chat.
I know.
But just seeing that video, that first look at the teaser, and I remember sitting there, and my husband probably thought I was crazy. I'm sitting there like screaming like, oh my gosh, no freaking way. Like, this looks this good?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And so it's just, like, it looked good. It looked amazing.
It totally did. Yeah, and I think to have visuals that look that good and gameplay mechanics that they've shown off, I can't imagine them not being close to the end.
Well, and we even saw some of, I guess at the beginning of that first video that a lot of us almost killed ourselves to see, that first midnight stream that happened.
Yes, that's right.
I believe it was that one that actually showed that sort of stage of the drawing, so getting those basic shapes for the tables and the umbrellas and the building, and then fleshing it out from there. So like I think a lot of people maybe don't always give credit to the fact that there's a lot of levels to the development of actually fleshing this sort of thing out.
Well,
and
yeah, totally. Yeah.
it takes a big progression into, like, we know this is what the space is going to be, this is what it's going to look like, this is what needs to happen, before you're actually going to add that level of detail.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to add in this perfect detail on the side of a cathedral, and these lighting effects and all of this, just to then be like, no, actually, we're going to use a different environment,
right?
We're going to do
yeah.
this differently. Like, you're not going to, honestly, to be really pragmatic, you're not going to pay the development people, the developers, the actual coders that are working on the game, you're not going to pay them for the time to basically waste it developing something that you're not going to use.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
You want to make the best use of your time. So I don't know. So I just feel like it's definitely giving me, like, they've made a lot of progress.
That's perfect.
And
yeah.
I'm very hopeful and optimistic that it's going to be an improvement and moving in the right direction.
Sweet. Well, I'm so glad to hear. Glad to hear that from you. I'm just gonna say really quickly, for those that are watching this stream, I just jumped and I just like freaked out because I heard a noise outside. It was a loud bang, which I assume was just my dad opening the cover to the hot tub, and it was just loud enough that it freaked me out. So, if anyone was just watching this stream, I just jumped and like caught my breath. That is why.
It wasn't me, is what I'm hearing.
Exactly, I would not live.
I have an alibi. I'm not to blame. I didn't do it. I did nothing.
Oh no!
I wish I had camera to prove that I am not
you're
opening a hot tub cover on the back porch at his house.
Oh,
everything's fine.
Could you imagine, eh? Man. Well,
my alibi is my cat that I've had to spray with water to get her off the keyboard.
Oh, that is incredible. That is just incredible. Well, Liv, thank you so much for joining.
That's what it is.
That's a great life, isn't it? Liv, thanks so much for joining. Thanks for building up the courage to join. And I really
this was a great time.
I really appreciate it, and I hope that your stream on Monday goes well. I'm sure I'll be able to make it because that'll be 4 o'clock my time, and I happen to have the day off. So, yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, you have a lovely night, and we'll chat soon. Thank you again so much for joining the chat.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
You have a good night.
You as well. See ya.
Bye.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Liv. That was Liv. Everybody go follow Liv at Ginger. Oh, I'm so sorry if I forgot your name again. Ginger. Oh, Ginger Honey Love Beat. Is that what it is? Ginger Honey Love Beat. That's it right there. Go follow her on YouTube, guys. Thanks so much, Liv. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna make one last call for one last voice chat. If anybody, including her interactive members, wants to join in a voice chat, one last call. And if nobody does, we're gonna head out for the night. If for some reason her interactive member says yes, sure. I will not talk about ND34, I can promise you that. But anyways, one last time, I'm gonna just pop over to here for 1 second once again, and if anybody says yes, my Discord name is right there. Feel free to add me. You guys have a couple minutes. Yeah, one last time. Relax, have a chat with me one last time. Jordan and Daniela want it, right? Oh, sweet. Okay, we might have a person. In fact, we might have 2 people. We might quickly have 2 people. Hold on one quick second. We actually might have 3 people. Hold on one quick second. Okay, we're gonna have 3 very quick chats. Squid, if you want to add me on Discord, you are more than welcome to. We're gonna pop over to here. We're gonna add Tori! Because I've had the immense pleasure to have known Tori for quite a while. When I say quite a while, I don't know how long we've known each other, but either way.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's Tori. How's it going?
Hi.
How are
good.
you? Oh, brilliant. It's so great to finally meet you. I mean, like, through voice.
Yeah, I know yours really well. You don't know mine.
I know, it's so true. How are you doing?
I am great.
Oh, fantastic. So I'm going to just, I think for you and the next few that we have, we're going to have just shorter chat sessions, if that's all right.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, so you've been kind of keeping up with a lot of things, and you've just started a brand new Nancy Drew, or I guess, is it Nancy Drew Piano or just Piano Instagram?
The Instagram, yeah, is going to be Nancy Drew specific. Like,
okay, perfect.
Not just piano, but really just kind of celebrating like anything music related that you can do in the games.
Well,
but yeah, definitely planning to do some piano videos.
Oh, that's so great. Because you just did one, was it today, about, or was it yesterday, with, please correct me if I'm wrong, the Ballad of Bridget on the Honda Carousel harmonica. Yes.
That was yesterday's reel.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yep, I went and played like the first several measures of Ballad
awesome.
on the harmonica.
I think that's so great. That is so cool. Because when I first heard it, I was like, oh, it's just creative. Because, I mean, I took piano lessons when I was super young, and I love playing the piano. And every time I get to a piano in a game, I've always got to play usually just the Star Wars theme song just for fun. But I love that you're like making content just about playing music on the instruments in the games. I think that's so original and so cool.
Yeah, it's one of those I've wanted for years to, I don't know, just see more with music in the Nancy Drew games. I feel like that's an area like I just never have seen much. So I'm like, you know what? Like all this just getting more integrated into the community.
Totally.
Making friends and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I can help solve this problem. So I'm just going to jump in and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, and I think that's great. I think that's the only way to do it is just to dive in and just say, you know what, we're doing this. And you've got enough popularity in the community that there was like a guarantee that people would follow you. I think it's such a smart move to do what you're doing. So good on you for that. But we're going to be chatting about Nancy Drew number 34 very quickly. So... How do you feel about the game so far, and where is your excitement level sitting at for what we've seen so far?
I would say right now my excitement level, just with what I consider still to be the very little we have gotten, is like through the roof.
Perfect. Excellent.
Like, I am just so excited that it seems like maybe we're doing another like heist storyline.
Oh.
I think those are just the absolute best. I'm like, yes, please. I'm here for it. And I love that we're going to Prague and it has that old world feel, because I'm a vintage girl at heart. My family tells me I was born in the wrong generation. So all that like old world, old school stuff, I'm like, yep, give it to me.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm so glad.
And I want to know more about that violin.
Right? I know. I'm so curious where they're going to go with that, how that's going to integrate into the game. I think there's so many cool things that they've shown, either intentionally or unintentionally, that I cannot wait to go and check out and all that stuff. And I'm so glad you're excited for the game. Shoot. Sorry, I'm just messaging Kalina here because I don't think... Kalina did have time, but now she doesn't, so we'll have to bring her on next time.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kalina.
I know, that's all good. So based on what we've seen so far, what is one element, whether it's an environment, a character, or a game mechanic, that you are super excited about, super excited about seeing on or in the game?
I would say, it's environment. I really want to see more of that museum area.
Definitely.
Because that's the other thing I love it whenever the games have a museum space of some sort.
Yeah, for sure.
And I really, really need to know who is Hans. Like, please just tell me.
Yes! Oh, that is the question of the ages right now.
Who or what
Hans?
is he? Like, I'm still, until they tell me otherwise, I'm still holding on to this crazy theory that he might be some sort of, like, computer AI like acronym, HANS.
I was just gonna say the exact same thing because I fully agree. I think it'd be such a such a sick reveal if that just was like, all right, it's just like 2001: A Space Odyssey, where we now have Hal, and like that would be awesome. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Andrew says that whenever someone says Hans, he thinks of Prince Hans from Frozen.
Yeah. Yep. And I was super excited to see the Hardy Boys are back in some way.
Absolutely.
I personally am a big fan. If her wants to go in the direction of more Hardy Boys, I'm all for that. Because those of you who already follow me know that that Instagram account is probably also secondarily just going to be like a Joe Hardy fan account.
Totally. Brilliant.
He's the best.
He is brilliant, isn't he? I love Joe. And I love that Rob Jones plays him because he brings so much character and so much enthusiasm and excitement to Joe. He just perfect. I love it. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Tori, I'm gonna end the chat here and bring in the next person. But thank you so much for your time and for joining. Great to meet you officially. And I can't wait to see what you post next on Instagram. That's awesome.
Yeah, hopefully if her doesn't steal my thunder tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, I want to put something up.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. You have a lovely night, Tori, and thanks so much again. We'll chat with you soon.
You too.
All right,
Bye.
see ya. All right. We're gonna bring in Hans equals hers anonymous Nancy suspect. That is fantastic. All right, we're gonna see about bringing the next person in here. Let's see if they respond. Oh, what is going on here? I wish my phone would just be not dumb. Oh, I gotta clear. My whole desk is just a mess, guys. I can't handle. I can't handle how messy I live my life. It's so frustrating. Okay, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna see what happens. I'm so excited. Holy cow! Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh my word! This is the greatest thing ever, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce Squid to the chat. I can't hear myself in your stream, or in your voice call.
Here, wait. I think I had to mute your live stream.
I think you're good. Oh my word! I cannot believe I am having the opportunity to chat with you right now. This is brilliant. How are you doing?
I know. I'm good. I'm sweating.
You're gonna be fine. It's great. It's great. There's gonna be a lot of excitement about you being in chat, but it's great. Story or Kalina just said you're allowed to say words.
I can't say anything about, obviously the game.
Of course, that's.
We can just chat.
Yeah, we can just have a quick chat. This is great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Brigella just said we're not allowed. No, I'm doing really great. This is such a great opportunity to chat. Obviously about not ND34. But yeah, I got to really think of some questions here that are not ND34 related. I will ask this one thing. After the game comes out, do you... Oh, Kalina, I'll ask Kalina's question, or multiple questions. After the game comes out, how do you plan on celebrating?
Sleeping. That Genius. For sure. I'm honestly so excited to just see how you guys enjoy it.
For sure.
That'll be my way of celebrating, I guess, too.
Oh, that is just brilliant. Yeah, and I think that's a very fair answer because you guys have been putting so much work into everything, and it's just been astounding to see. And I don't know what it's been like. I know it's been very busy for you guys. I don't know what it's been like on the inside to plan these puzzles, put them together, ship them out, and start doing the next one. Like, I'm sure that's just got to be like a revolving door for the work you guys have been doing. But
yeah, it has been really fun. Like,
yeah.
It's definitely fun to work on the other side versus when I used to just like follow along with the like the weekly or the weekend puzzles and other things like that. And so
Right.
getting to kind of make them and have them lead to bigger clues has been really fun.
No, that's so great. It's just been so much fun to see. And I said this earlier. I forget who I was saying it to, but just to see when you guys post a new puzzle, how everyone approaches that puzzle, because there's so many different ways that people can look at a puzzle and say, all right, this is how we're going to attack it from this angle and this angle, and what if we tried this? And it's just been a joy to see all that happen, and then to see the reactions from you and Indy and Brigella has just been so fun, and oftentimes quite funny too. But yeah,
it's been funny to see. For a while we were kind of just starting the timer to see how long because it's so quick, but it's so impressive and I love it.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Do you feel like it takes away from the experience being on the side of Her Interactive compared to being a fan? Or do you feel like you can be a fan at the same time?
Yeah, like there's almost like a new kind of fan, like appreciation for it.
Right.
Being on like the other side, which is still just as fun and just as cool.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Oh, that's great. Kalina asked a few questions here that I think are brilliant.
There's so many, I can see them all in the chat.
How many hours a week do you work?
Oh my gosh.
Too many.
Yeah.
All the hours. Do you get along with Brigella is my favorite question.
Oh my goodness, yes. I love her to death. Her and Indy. They are like, we're the best team.
You guys are the best team. The big three. It's awesome.
We are the big three.
You guys need to get like shirts made or something. Just says, I don't know, I am one of three.
That honestly sounds really fun.
I don't know.
Yeah.
When do you get to take vacation? That's another great question. Because do you guys... Oh, I've got so many questions. I can be really like careful about asking them, but I think that is a fair question. Like, how often are you allowed to take off? I don't know if that's even a question I can ask or you can answer, but
I don't know if I can answer that actually. I mean,
well, we don't have to go there then.
Okay.
Oh, here's a great question. Who quotes ND games more often in your meetings? That's a great question.
Oh my god, that is a really good question. Wow. I feel like a lot of times one of us will be like, oh, do you remember that thing from Haunted Carousel? And then the next one will be like, yeah, and then it said da-da-da. And then the next person will jump in and be like, yeah, and this person had this and whatever. And so it's always like the three of us and more always just kind of going back and forth. And then
that's so awesome.
Yeah, and we'll be, in the middle of like a really important meeting and we're just talking about our favorite moment from whatever game we brought up.
Oh, you guys must have so much fun. That's so great.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Brilliant. Brigella said that Squid can bash me, I'll still love her. So.
Oh my gosh. What would I'm not even saying.
I don't even know. I don't know where you'd start with that one.
Oh my goodness. That's so funny.
Oh man. Kalina's asking all the questions and it's making my life so much easier because I don't have to come up with questions. This is great. Who is the nerdiest ND fan in the company? What a great question. And one I don't know if you can answer, but that's a great question.
It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell. Well, I know. This is actually so hard to tell. It's like we're not all the same age. So like I'm the youngest of the big three.
Okay.
So like the two, Indy and Brigella, have been playing the games longer than I have technically. So
really, okay.
Yeah. Well, when I was, I think maybe 6.
Okay.
And that was, so that would have been 2006. And Secrets Can Kill came out in
98.
And so I think the other two would have had a chance to play those sooner than I could.
Wow. That's incredible. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking, so I don't know if I can't remember if I mentioned this to you or in the chat or to nobody. But I just thought about it the other day, and I just felt like I got to bring it up again. And now that you're here in person, it's great I can actually tell you. But this was, I don't know when this was, but I think this was shortly after I realized who you were and that you worked for Her Interactive. I went to go DM you on Instagram about something. I don't know what this was. This was like, oh, you know what it was? It might have been asking if you wanted to do an interview for my channel, but I don't think you could at the time. But
yeah.
when I opened the DMs with you, it was either that or you had responded to a story of mine. I was just like, oh yeah, just reading the response as normal, and then somehow I noticed that there were chats beforehand that I was like, wait, I talked to a Her Interactive employee without knowing it? And when I went back to read the old chats, as it happened, you had messaged me about something, or I think it was just, again, responding to a story, but you had messaged me right after you applied for Her Interactive. And you were just like, oh, I hope I get the job. And I was just like, oh, that'll be awesome. Like, good luck. And sure enough, you got the job, which after I made that realization, I was just blown away that I had been chatting with you before you got your job at Her and then after. I don't know. It was I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? No way.
I remember, like, because I had tried getting, like, super involved with everybody that was on Instagram and, like, all of the pages probably, like, a couple of months before I had applied for an internship.
Right.
And so I remember, I think it was you. I know I had messaged a couple of other creators too, and I can't remember who exactly. Just like chit-chatting back and forth.
Right,
and then casually dropping in, oh yeah, I'm trying to intern with them.
Yes, I remember that, yeah.
It's so funny, like, how time flies.
Oh,
and I don't
man.
Yeah, it's just, like, now funny coming back as a worker and being, like, in the chats and stuff. But it's honestly really fun, and I enjoy it.
I'm so glad to hear it, yeah. No, that's so cool. That's so cool. Man, yeah. I don't know, it's still weird to me that we're even having a chat right now. I think that's just the coolest thing. It's so awesome. And I hope to be able to do the same thing with Brigella and Indy at some point. I know I talked to Indy, interviewed her like years ago, but still have to talk to Brigella, so she'll be the next one, I think.
Yeah, this was fun, so I figured it'd be fun to come in and just say hello.
Oh, totally. Well, I really appreciate it, and being able to because I think you've done a lot of, like, reels and TikToks for Her Interactive, but then you also did a couple early videos on the channel. So you did, like, the one where, was it like you and your mom were baking something?
Yeah, we had baked Christmas cookies, I think 2 years ago, for the Christmas cookie contest.
That was 2 years ago?
I think so, around there, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it was so long ago.
That's incredible.
I know.
And now I'm following your mom on Instagram, so that's great, yeah.
She's so funny. She absolutely loves everybody and, like, the whole fandom just as much as I do, probably. But she thinks it's so cool. It's just funny, yeah. She loves, like, being part of the streams and
that's so great.
Following along.
It's so much fun to, like, because seeing what she posts on Instagram, like, this is the greatest thing. I love it.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
it's funny. So funny. Yeah, no, that's really great. But you were gonna say something about graduating school, and I cut you off there.
Oh, I don't know what I was gonna say about graduating school.
Oh, well, anyways.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say that I remember, like, because technically I'll have been working for Her Interactive 2 years come this October, or no, this September or October, yeah, because that's when I had originally started my internship. And then I didn't start full time until after I had graduated.
Right, I remember that because you made the post, like, I did it, I graduated, and now I'm a full-time employee. I was like, what? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was a great moment, I guess, to know that I wouldn't have to look for jobs after college.
Oh, I know, because I know, and I also this is where I realized who you were.
Okay.
Was when I was looking through the fan testimonials on Her Interactive's page, and there was one from you on there.
Yes, I am on there.
Yes, and that was when because I saw, I think it was your profile picture on Instagram, and I was like, wait, that looks familiar and, like, similar to the person in this photo. And that's when I was like, hold on a second. So I did a bit of sleuthing, detective work as I do, and that's when I realized, oh my god, that's who it is.
Yeah. It's so funny because I remember when I was doing, like, my interviews, and I can't remember who exactly had asked me, but they were like, wait, aren't you on our fan testimonials page? And I'm like, what can I say? I just really like Nancy Drew.
Oh, and I can't tell you how great it is to know that fans of the games are, now working at Her Interactive. Like, to me, that just offers so much more authenticity and creativity and input that, you know, if they were just to hire someone else who, you know, was like good at marketing, like that person may not know what the games are and won't have that familiarity and understanding that you and Brigella and Indy are bringing to the company, which I think is so important and has been so nice to see. And even seeing the puzzles you guys have been posting, like they feel very nostalgic and reminiscent of old stuff, and it's so nice. It's so great.
Well, that's so awesome. Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes a difference, I guess, just because we know the games and everything so well, and growing up with them, you know. But I'm so glad you guys enjoy them all.
It's brilliant. Yeah, no, yeah. It's always a joy. It's less of a joy when Instagram doesn't tell me that you guys post, but it is a joy when I do, you know, get to see it. So
yeah, that has been really weird. I don't know when that started or like why that happened, but hopefully it can.
Know. I've tried doing everything and it's not doing anything, so I just wait for people to text me, or if I just happen to open Instagram and all that stuff. But either way, it's all good. But yeah, I had another question, but I'm not sure I'll ask it just because I don't know if it's something that you can answer, so I will save that question for the future. But anyways, Squid, thank you so much for chatting and joining and all the work you do, the work and the other lovely members of your team do. So I cannot wait to see what you guys have in store for post 34.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for you guys to see it either.
I'm so excited. I'm so thrilled. You're on the East Coast, right? Like it's like super late for you, so I should let you go to bed?
I am technically in Mountain Time, but either way works.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not that late then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go anyways. But thank you again so much. We got to chat again in the future, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night and the rest of your week.
All right. Have fun with the rest of the stream.
Thank you so much. We'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye. That was great, guys. Squid, ladies and gentlemen. That was great. Squid just joined the chat. And I think we've got one more. And if we do have one more, then this will be the last one for the night. But Squid, again, thank you so much for your time, for chatting, and I hope we didn't break any NDAs. I don't think we did. That was the goal, and we're gonna get our last person in here, and then we'll call it a night. But yeah, just wait for this. How this music is intense, isn't it? All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. How's it going?
Oh, it's good. Oh.
Sweet. I'm doing great. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Johanna, who has been in chat for for most of the recent streams and in other streams and around the internet, also known as, correct me if I'm wrong, Nancy Drew Encyclopedia on Instagram.
Yes, the Drew Encyclopedia.
That's the one. Sweet. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm good. I feel like who could follow that up and like how could I even try? Like that's just insane. Like couldn't be me.
No, well it's you. So you got a lot of pressure on you now. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's
exactly.
No, it's great to have you here. Great to finally be able to more or less meet you in person. So yeah, it's just great to chat. Nancy Drew 34.
Yes,
how do you feel about everything that's been released so far?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I feel like I just speak for the general fan population on this one because like the community has been amazing, as so many other people have said.
Totally.
Just it's been insane, like the amount of support that everyone's gotten and given.
Yes.
I know I wasn't very big in the fandom. Like I was big in it, but I was a lurker. Like I think a lot of us were. But everyone really just accepted with open arms, like all the new people that have popped up since all of this started as well.
Totally.
It's just been so incredible. Like I know Ricky is one, and I'm sure there are several others, but it's just been like so accepting and something that like I don't know of any other fandoms that can compare to that, at least from my experience.
I could not agree more. it's sometimes a little bit like it's so easy to get used to it, and you know I'll go check out like Halo or Star Wars or whatever other fandoms I'm a part of, and I'm just like, man, like these guys don't even come close to the Nancy Drew community. There's no, you know, there's so much like toxicity and like clashing. There's a lot of great stuff too in those communities, but
Right.
I can't help but see all this negativity all the time, but I don't see that in this community.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so insane.
It's just
so
amazing.
insane. Like I don't think I've seen, and I'm not sure how much of that is like due to great modeling and that sort of thing.
Right.
But I really think the fans are just incredible, and I've never seen like a negative comment. I know everyone is so good at just being constructively critical, I guess. Like if they have something to bring up, it's all just so constructive.
Yes.
And being able to just conversate about it and, you know, talk through different things that they liked and disliked, and just accepting other people's opinions for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been so uplifting, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Well, just having that open mind towards each other is just, and not even just about Nancy Drew, but just about everything. Like even like life stuff. It's so great to see a general support. It's just like a massive like support group that loves the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's so great. But the really cool thing that, you know, you've mentioned it, but hearing so many other people mention it too tonight has been awesome to know that it's not felt just by, you know, like one or two people. It's just by everybody, you know. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, and it's so easy to come into something like a big established group of people and just feel like you wonder if people are going to accept you or that sort of thing. Like
Yes.
I know anyone that's new in the group can sort of feel like that. But this group has just been so like never even a second thought.
Oh yeah.
Just like immediately like showering you with
welcomes and
acceptance.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's so great. Going back to ND34 quickly here, what are you most looking forward to with what has been dropped so far? Is there like a gameplay mechanic or an environment you want to explore or someone you want to talk to? What are you thinking?
Okay, I am really hoping, and I can just tell already from everything that I've seen with this one, that it's going to be one of those games that you just feel like you want to return to. The replayability factor, I feel like, is going to be totally there. And just being able to, like, the music, from what I've heard of it, the environment, the appearance, the characters, I'm hoping to see a lot of great character development and sort of see those characters that you want to, like, oh, you know, I missed that character or whatever, you want to revisit it.
Right.
And I just feel from the way that everything is looking and that it's going, that we're going to get a great amount of that replayability, and that's what I'm very excited for.
I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, I think it's really great to notice from this stuff, and I think that you're right, because what we have seen is very minimal, but just seeing it, like, and having people watch these videos like over and over and over and look at these images so many times,
Exactly.
like that alone, I think is like, all right, we're already coming back to it and feeling excited by it and wanting to, you know, see it again, you know. And so I really I hope that just carries over into the actual game, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did. I think it's a great point you make, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've shown, like, I mean, anyone that knows me knows I show literally everyone the trailers, everything we've known so far. I was showing my dad the other day, just like, I think the most recent clip.
Okay,
or it was the one where, like, they walk out of the cafe or whatever that building is, and you see the gorgeous outdoor area.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's someone who plays, like, the more modern games, like Jedi, Survivor, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he was just, like, shook by the graphics, and he was like, "You're kidding, this looks incredible."
Oh, that's
like,
so
no way,
great.
Johanna, this is awesome. I was like,
That
yes.
is great. Well, I'm so glad.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm very
because
excited.
being able to approach a gamer like that and then say, you know, what do you think of this, and to get a reaction like that, that's already a testament to
for sure,
to the devs' work. But yeah, and I think that video was a great video. It highlighted some amazing stuff. But then to see the video where they showed off how the camera works and really further emphasizing those details.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The details were amazing.
I still get so excited by that video. Man, yeah, no, that's so great. Okay. I apologize. It's getting late, and I've been talking a lot this evening. So if I have trouble coming up with questions,
you're good.
I'm simply tired. So I apologize. Okay, let me think of something that I haven't asked anybody yet.
Well, I have a question for you if you want to answer something real quick.
For sure, I'd love to.
So I was thinking, I literally had a question.
Welcome to my world.
I'm doing the same thing you did earlier. The replay. I remember what it was. So in a video that I was watching earlier, it was like from pre ND34.
Okay.
It was, you had mentioned, you were like, the peak, you thought that the peak of the games had already passed in like game 26 or something like that. You were like 21 through, actually it was like just the earlier games, I think you had said. And I'm wondering if you have hope that that's not necessarily true, or if you still sort of feel like, you know, we're on the right track, we're doing good. I don't think it's going to be quite the way it was, but we're still sort of on the right track. So I'm just wondering what you're thinking about that.
That is a phenomenal question, and I think it's very. I'm going to wait to give you a proper answer until ND34 comes out, but I think that it's, especially with how Midnight in Salem was, you cannot compare that game to the first 32 games, because they were so drastically different that it was like starting a new series from the beginning, despite being the 33rd game in a long installment of games. And so I think, depending on how Mystery of the Seven Keys goes, I think, and I've already got a feeling, to me, the marketing alone proves it's way better than Midnight in Salem. So I think if this game is successful, and I would almost say if ND35 is successful as well, assuming that does get made and released and all that stuff, I think that there is 100% an opportunity for the games to have another peak. And part of that comes from gaining a new audience since Midnight in Salem came out, gaining a new audience since the pandemic happened, and gaining a new audience since this marketing has started. Because, and I saw somebody mention it in chat, they were saying that new ND players are really coming in at a good time because they've got this massive library, and we're diving into a game that is appearing to come across as an amazing game. So I think that the potential for a brand new peak is very possible. I don't know what that peak will look like until we've reached it, and I think a lot of people can say the same, because I think that where Midnight in Salem, or what Midnight in Salem did, is we started over, and so that's going to be the bottom, and we're going to work our way up. And so once we reach that peak, we'll know.
Right.
But yeah, I hope that answers your question. But I think that's a phenomenal question, and I think just needs more time to be properly answered. But yeah,
thank you. That was a great answer. I think that's a wonderful analogy of starting at the bottom and working our way up from there. I really hope that that's true, and that's really exciting to hear that, you know, hopefully, I mean, I feel confident that we have a great game coming, and I'm hoping for more great games, and that would be really, really incredible if we could just get better and better from there. And I'm sure that's what the company is hoping as well.
Totally. And I know that even just with talking with Squid tonight and having talked to her and Brigella and Indy off and on over the last couple months, knowing how excited they are for the game, and knowing that they were fans before they started the company, it's just, you know, to me, it's so reassuring that things can improve and, you know, will go on an upward climb. I can't see it not being a good thing. I think it's going to be an amazing experience over the next couple of years.
Oh yes, I agree for sure. For sure.
Definitely. I'm going to ask you, here's a question I want to ask. What do you think of the title of ND35 being the case of the missing clue?
That's such a great question. I have heard, like, I feel like primarily I have heard sort of like, not cynical, but like, we'll have to see about that. Sort of like cautiously optimistic about that. Personally, I think it's intriguing and sort of mystifying, which I feel like is sort of the intention.
Right.
I think it could be really cool. I mean, I think sort of like any other teacher game where we remember it very vividly and we hear, the secret of this or secrets can kill. It's very like mystifying. But we remember it and we very well associate it with the game. And I think because, I'm assuming because we don't know anything about the game yet, that it's like, I don't know. But I think once the game comes out and that sort of thing, I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fantastic. And I think the name of the game is cool, personally.
Excellent. All right. I'm not going to lie. You are actually the first person that I've heard say that you think it's a cool title. Do you feel that it leaves that do you feel that it is just concise enough, or do you feel like it's slightly too broad of a title for the mystery? Just comparing it to other titles, because we've had a lot of the games, they don't tell you explicitly what the game's about right away, but they give you just enough information that it's enticing. Whereas this one's quite an open book. Or as Charity said in chat, a blank slate.
Right. True. Personally, I think it's just the right amount. I mean, I know I have like a vivid imagination, so I can think of all sorts of like places that they could go with that. But I think like the missing clue sort of speaks to potentially, a missing clue and like a piece of the puzzle that we don't have. And I think that, but I'm a person that I don't even like to watch playthroughs or anything like that. Like I think I've went through most of the games without seeing anything previous to it, and I like it that way. So
no, that's fair.
Maybe I'm a little bit biased on that, but I do think it's the right amount.
No, that's really interesting. Okay, cool. Do you think we'll get a teaser trailer for Game 35 at the end of Game 34?
Probably not.
No, you think it's not a possibility?
I think it's a possibility for sure. I'm no expert, that's for sure.
Right.
I think, it's totally a possibility. I was thinking about that today, actually.
Oh, yeah?
But I just... Well, actually, come to think of it, a teaser trailer for the previous games usually are, like, not that in depth of, like, actual gameplay or graphics or anything. So I guess it's more possible. I stand corrected. I correct myself.
No, that's all good.
I think it's possible.
Okay, cool. Right on. Well, I think that might wrap up our little chat here. Any last thoughts?
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and answer my question and everything. I appreciate it. It's been fun.
Well, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it, and always looking forward to the next coloring page you post on Instagram. So whatever the next one may be, I'm sure it'll be amazing. But thank you so much, Johanna. It is Johanna, right? That is how you pronounce it? Yes, that's correct. Okay, perfect. Because I know you told me once, and that's what I remember you telling me, and I just don't want to mess it up. So
oh goodness, it's different for anyone, so I do not care, but I appreciate I appreciate that.
No, of course. It's my pleasure. But thank you so much, Johanna. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat and offer your opinions, and you enjoy the rest of your evening.
You as well. I'll see you around.
Thank you so much. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, guys, I think that will be wrapping up the stream tonight. It is 10:15. I am tired. I want to go to sleep. However, I have had requests because people want to see a meme. People want to see a meme that Professor Ochka's posted. This is genius. Oh, you guys. Oh my gosh. This is the most accurate statement I have ever seen in my life. And I did say this. Can I just really appreciate for a hot, maybe hour, how much joy it brings me to see color in the cursor? This is great. Professor Hotchkiss, I'm going to print this one out because I think this is my new favorite meme right here. That is just amazing. Thank you for making it. I think that's so great. Oh, you guys, you're the best. I love you guys so much. You're the best. That's it. Oh, that is great. That is great. I love that so much. I could look at that all evening. That's great. You guys are the best. Guys, thank you so much. Eli, not a worry, man. Dude, working a 12-hour shift, opening a new restaurant. Oh, my word. Well, I hope it went well for you, buddy. And I'm sorry that you came in so late, but hopefully the next one you'll be able to pop in a bit more. But either way, guys, thank you all so much. All of you guys. Anyone that chatted tonight, whether it was in the chat or joined me for a voice chat, it was great to have you guys. To everyone that did do a voice chat, being able to chat with you guys like that is just amazing. I really, and Sammy, I'm so sorry I haven't responded to like anything you said. I've read like almost every chat message you said, and I'm just like, man, Sammy's got it in spades, dude. Sammy knows exactly what's up. They've got all the great, great chats and great questions. This has just been so much fun. Being able to chat with you guys, it's just amazing. And I love especially being able to like have a verbal conversation with you guys. It's unbelievable. Like getting to know you and hear your thoughts. Oh my word, you guys are the best. You guys are just the best. I love you. We're gonna have a great week. According to Squid, it's gonna be a super exciting post 34. So we'll see what happens. Guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going live on Thursday in 2 days for Warnings at Waverly Academy. And I hope to see you there. You guys are the best. And we are going to end the stream out with a bit of Shadow Ranch music. We're actually going to start the song over right about here. So we can just listen to some banging tunes. Guys, have a great night. And I'll see you on Thursday. Bye!